Hello, hello. Hi, guys. We're back. Hopefully, everything sounds okay. I had to restart my computer 3 times yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but it was staying like black screen for about 5 minutes each time, which it's never done before. So it hates me, but that's okay. We're good. We're here. We're playing 9 R.I.P. today. My goal is to finish 9 R.I.P. today so that we can start PO40 and also so that we can start coming through fine. Good. Thank you, Beth. And then so that we can also start finishing up Verche. I made a checklist. I think I showed this last time. This is what's left in Verche. We got 3 routes. We got the Drifter, and then we have all these side stories, which I made a checklist so I can keep track of where we're at. The winner of the poll we did on the Discord was to do all the side story chapters. So I'm going to try and do like a page at least a stream going forward when I get my next Verche stream up, which will be Thursday. I was trying to write a schedule and stick to it. Unfortunately, I can't get up at 8 a.m. anymore. I get up and I'm sleepy. Why, thank you, Ninja. Thank you for being here. Oh, so did I mess up and chat's not on here? I know chat was working earlier. There we go. Weird. It was working. I tested chat earlier. Did I break this? Did I break this after starting? Because I tested chat earlier. Okay. Whew, I got worried. But yeah, so last week I kept trying to get up early so I could do morning streams, and I couldn't get up early. And then on Friday, I was going to stream after I got home. We went to the botanical garden in the morning, which, it was so fun. Hang on, let me show you a photo from it. So we have a desert botanical garden because we're in Arizona. Let me go back to camp. And that's my first time there. I was really curious what it would look like because I've never been to a botanical garden before, but like there's not flowers constantly in bloom in the middle of January, but there was quite a few we found. And it was just really chilly, so it made it like pleasant. These were my sister's favorite ones. These were called barrels. But we went there in the morning on Friday. I was going to stream when I got home. I got home, I passed out for 3 hours. And while we were gone, we have in our hallway, we have a thing that we put our clothes on after we wash them because our washer dryer is in the hallway. It broke into pieces, and that took over an hour to fix. And we still didn't actually fix it. We just had to pick up the pieces, and my sister bought like a new rack for it. I even tried to buy a new rack at the store. It was a nightmare. It was a Friday was a day. It started off with the best of intentions and just got worse as it progressed. But yeah, so Friday didn't turn into a stream day, so I'm just not gonna post a schedule anymore, unless like it's like right before I'm gonna go, like the day before. And even then it can be tricky, but my goal is to try and stream a couple hours in the morning, at least twice this week, to get Verche kind of on a roll. And then me and my sister are going to start doing the Japanese stream so we can practice our Japanese, which I think is going to be fun. So she was looking into information on that. We're going to do it together. She's going to be in the streams with me when I start that one. I'm going to make some cute little GIFs and stuff. Get ready for it. And we're going to continue Minami's route. If you don't remember where we were for his route, we had just chose the bad ending intentionally because I was getting ready to go. And it was where you shot him, and he thanks you for shooting him because he didn't want to kill you. Or he was pretending he was going to kill you. It was a very, very interesting moment. So here's our choice that we didn't choose, which was throw the gun away. He likes this more now. Classic. My grip softened and I tossed the gun aside. Guess we're dead then. No matter what the other me said, I wouldn't listen. I trust Minami. He won't hurt me. He looks so mad at you. Looking at his hand again, I saw it was empty.
お前、本当にムカつくよ。
You're really annoying, you know that? I know. It's a treat. He grunted, pulling my hair sharply. Whoa, wait, what? Ouch! Wait, my voice. The metal chains he kept me in were gone. He let out a big sigh and then kneeled down to pick up the gun.
これを使ってお前の願いをお前の手で叶えさせてやろうと思ったけど無理みたい。
Yeah, but is it really going home if you're dead? Well, he's our, I don't know. Wait, our demon's dead? The game's called 9 R.I.P, right? That means rest in peace. But he's not, well, I mean, technically he has a human soul inside of him, I guess. I was gonna let you go home just like you wanted with your own 2 hands. So much for that plan.
多分俺が消えれば電車来るだろう。
Who knows? Maybe if I'm gone, the train will reappear anyway. He then turned the gun on his temple. No? Instinctively, I leapt at Minami. As I heard the gunshot echo, I felt myself collapse to the ground.
なんで邪魔すんだよ。せっかく両親に従って。
I didn't think she'd make it in time. Wait, why did you interfere? I was acting on my own, my good conscience. Before thinking, my body reacted, delivering a sharp slap to his face. This is not how I expected this one to go. I'm at a loss. That's not what being good means. First, you try and get me to kill you, then you decide to end yourself? You realize this is all just a giant pain in my ass, right? To think he was gonna die for my sake. Every plan you come up with is just the worst. Tears welled up in my eyes again. I hate it, all of this. I really hate it. He was acting so selfishly, the epitome of a devil. That just made me cry even more. The fact that it was his misguided kindness that tried to save me made me all the more sad. It hurt so much I couldn't stop the tears. Then I felt a gentle touch on my cheek. Minami was drying my tears with his sleeves.
俺もお前のそういう顔は嫌いかも。
Oh, I guess I hate seeing you upset too. It's your fault.
知ってるよ。だから受け止めてるじゃんか。
I know that's why I'm trying to take all the responsibility for it. He looked genuinely distressed. Never do that again. Don't try to off yourself again, okay? I need you here. Otherwise, I'd miss you. Ha ha ha. Hearing that, Minami's cheeks flushed and a carefree smile appeared on his face. No, stop that look. You have no right to smile at me like that right now.
無理に決まってるじゃない。
Yeah, but how could I resist? God, he's so cute! God. Okay. There he goes again. I couldn't just let this go. I never wanted to experience that pain again. Why would you even think to do that? I thought you wanted my soul above all else, right?
言ったじゃない。もう降参って。
Didn't I tell you before I give up? I guess that counts. Wait, since back then? Thinking back, he seemed less tormented about his feelings for me and my soul since then. You're lying. Does Minami really... But you said you feared losing yourself.
また他の魂を探さないとね。次は何年かかるかな。
Yeah, I'll need to find another soul. No idea how many years that'll take. He joked, smiling softly at
天
me.
秤にかけて傾いた方がお前だったってだけ。
I weighed everything and you came out the winner. Simple as that. Okay, but like if her soul stays... Hang on, hear me out. She lives a full life. Hear me out, I'm not done. And then when she's about to die, she gives him her soul. Because at that point, she's about to die, right? I hit my other mic. Let's not do that. And then she gets to live inside him forever. Sure, it's tormented. But like, he gets his soul. It's fine. She was gonna die anyways, right? I weighed everything and you came out the winner. Simple as
そ
that.
れに俺は
But I have coffee
自分が
today.
自分じゃなくなっていくなら
It's a coffee day.
いっそ消えた方がマシだから。
If I'm gonna lose myself anyways, I'd rather just disappear completely.
好きな女の手で消されたらそれはそれで最高に幸せだし。
Being done in by the girl I love, that doesn't seem like a bad way to go. That's really messed up.
ありがとう。
Okay, that's weird. It was so like Minami, but I couldn't bear I couldn't bear this again. The thought of losing him was just too much for me. Promise me you'll never think of killing yourself again.
約束してあげてもいいけど、俺にしてみればそんなの合ってないようなものだよ。
I could promise, but remember who you're talking to. Demons aren't great at keeping their word. As expected, I knew that dealing with him would be more complicated than the average guy. Low battery? You're not allowed to have a low battery. I picked up the gun and smiled. I knew this day was gonna come. We're still redoing the bedroom and all of my stuff got taken off the desk. Oh no, can I find it? I wanted to get a charger in here for my controllers. Because right now I just plug them in when I'm not playing, and I lost the charge cables when we switched the computer to the standing desk, so... Whoopsie. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. She's charging, I hope. Yeah, the light's up. I picked up the gun and smiled. If I think you're about to break your promise, then I'll kill myself. You'd hate that, right? This is not good. Don't say that. That's not better. You're not better if you say that. I'm trying to get the cable not to be on top of my computer. He looked shocked, then burst into laughter.
怖い女。でも、気に入った。
Oh no. I think that's right. I think that's the right spot. What a terrifying woman. I guess that's what I like about you. Ha! I'm glad. Minami suddenly looked at his alarm, so I paused. What's wrong? Turning towards the platform, the train had arrived without a sound. Why? Both of us were taken aback by the sight of the train. We somehow knew instinctively that this was different from Reika's. This was my train. Minami took my hand.
早く乗れ。これに乗れば帰れるぞ。
Why is his eyes red? Hurry and get on. You can go home now. Right. We're also on chapter 8, by the way, so we're almost on chapter 9. 9's the last chapter for him, and then we can go to the secret route, which for the thumbnail. For the thumbnail, I'm probably gonna keep it Minami, but for the chapters, I'm probably gonna keep it a secret. Most people know who the secret route is, right? At this point, anyone watching knows. But anyone who's like clicking on this for the first time, they're not gonna know who the secret route is. So, unless you know, which I guessed. He pulled me towards his train, but I hesitated.
おい、何やってんだよ。早くしないと。
Hurry, what are you doing? You need to hurry, or else... This means goodbye, right? What will happen to me if we part, Minami? And the human soul inside you?
それは俺の問題だろ。俺がどうにかするから気にしなくていい。
That's my problem. I'll figure something out. You don't need to worry about it.
安心して。もうお前の魂を狙おうなんて思わないから。
Also, I want you to know I'm not gonna go after your soul anymore. That's good. Thanks. His smile was mischievous, but his sincerity was obvious. I see. I think I understand why the train's here now. Minami, by giving up on my soul, you've lifted my burden. That act must have been what the god was looking for. Makes sense. Sure seems like the case, huh? But that's not fair. You haven't resolved any of your problems, Minami.
だからそれは
Like I said, I won't go home. Hang on. Everything is tangled up.
あ、お前何言ってんだよ。せっかく電車来てんだぞ。
What are you talking about? Your train is here. Let me just make sure everything's still okay. Okay, we're fine. You risked everything to send me home, Minami. You even gave up your soul. Wait, up the soul you waited so long for. You did all that for me, but I haven't given anything back to you.
気にしてくれて嬉しいけど、お前は関わらなくていい。
Look, it's really sweet you feel that way, but you don't need to worry about me.
それよりも、お前のためにあそこまでしたってのに、ここに来て帰らないなんてないだろう。
Besides, I did all that for you. For you to not go home now ruins everything. I understand your point, Minami, but I want to do something for you too.
ああ、もううるさい。いいから乗れ。
Just shut up. Stop talking. Get on. Sorry, Urusai means shut up. No. Minami tried to push me onto the train, but I resisted with all my might. Girl, he can pick you up in a heartbeat. And just then.
おい、嘘だろ。
Oh no, you gotta
マジか。
be kidding me. The train disappeared. It seems as if the train vanished, aligned with my wishes. Staring at the empty platform, Minami smacked my head. Ow!
見ろ、お前のせいで電車行っちゃったじゃんか。
Look, you idiot, now the train's gone. Yeah, maybe it's for the best for now. Who knows?
よくねえだろ。くそ、あのストーカー野郎。どんだけお前が好きなんだよ。
For the best? Are you kidding me? Damn that stupid stalker god that's following you. Minami shook his fist at the heavens and I couldn't help but laugh. I suddenly felt dizzy. I tried to hide it by steadying myself and taking a deep breath. I just woke up, but I feel really unwell. Let's go back home. No point in staying here.
やっぱりお前嫌いだわ。
I hate you, you know that? Yeah, let's go. Minami shook me a dirty look, but I just started walking away from the platform. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Exiting the station, I felt even more exhausted. My condition only seemed to be getting worse. Thoughts of the Khalifa tree consumed me. I craved its air.
なんだったんだよ、タク。
What's with you? What are you doing? I don't know. Making bad decisions? It's kind of my thing. It's okay. The train will
お前
return.
楽観的になりすぎ。
You're way too laid back about this. Distracted, I just responded without much focus.
ねえ、俺行きたい場所があるんだけど付き合ってくれる？
There's somewhere I want to take you. Will you come with me? Oh, where to? Minami just smiled and took my hand as he guided me to where he wanted to go. Is his eyes gonna be always red now? Am I remembering this wrong? We arrived at the inner yard of the HO, bathed in tranquil light. My surprise was evident on Minami gave me a resigned smile.
ここ来たかっただろ？
This is where you wanted to be, right? He led me by the hand to the bench and sat beside me. I felt a warm glow spread throughout my chest. Did you read my mind? You said you'd
だっ
stop.
て様子おかしかったじゃん。そういう時は読むでしょ。
You looked unwell. I had to check in on you. It seems I can't hide anything from him. Which meant trying to lie to him was out of the question.
ああ、だる。ほら、さっさとこの忌々しい空気を吸
I
え。
feel so gross. The air around here seriously smells like shit. His face was one of agony. Despite his complaints, he stayed, showing just how much he cared about me. Thank you. This means a lot to me. The air was refreshing, but it was Minami's presence that truly comforted me. I was sure being here was quite painful for him. You go back first. I'll stay a bit longer and then head back. Immediately, he began to sulk at my
こ
words.
こにいたって死ぬわけじゃないんだから。別に平気だし。
I won't die just from being here. I'm fine, totally fine. I silently wondered if he'd ever be honest with me. He sure is stubborn. Pondering this, a familiar face caught my eye.
これは最近はよくここでお会いしますね。
My, we seem to bump into each other quite often these days.
この HO はどのようなものでも受け入れる施設ですが、まさか悪魔がこうも頻繁に出入りするとは。
Poppy, hi! Thank you for subscribing again. Though the HO welcomes all, I never expected a demon to be a frequent guest in our halls. I can speak. Seiya smirked upon seeing Minami.
ああ、こいつ殺したい。ねえ、さっきの銃出して。
Did you get your Christmas gift, by the way, Poppy? I'm gonna kill him. Give me that gun from before. He extended his hand like he was asking for a toy. Absolutely not. That's not funny, not even as a joke.
大丈夫、冗談じゃないから。バーンと一発決めちゃおう。
Don't worry, I'm serious. Now hand it over. I chose to disregard Minami. I pulled out the gun from my pocket and handed it to Seiya. As long as I have this, Minami might try to take his life again, so I'm gonna give it back. Seiya's eyes grew wide with surprise.
あ、どうして返すのさ。それがないとさっきした約束が。
Why give it back to him? What about our agreement? I don't need it. I know you'll protect me, Minami. I chuckled. Minami gave me a wary smile in response.
なるほど。矜持である自分が消えれば
And it was
彼
amazing.
女を返せると。
Yoon thought very hard about what to get you, so that's exciting. I see, so you assumed by eliminating yourself you could send her home. He seemed to grasp the details of the plot and smiled.
な
Aw.
かなかいい策ではないですか。ぜひともお手伝いして差し上げたかった。
Quite a clever plan. I would have liked to help. This is no use. These two are never going to get along.
しかし、驚きましたね。南に以前のような毒気がないではありませんか。まるで悪魔ではな、
But I'm amazed. Minami's usual venom seems gone. It's almost as if he's not a demon anymore. I hurried to Seiya, covering his mouth with my hand. Seiya. I signaled him to stop, not wanting any more conflict between the two of them. Warily, I glanced at Minami, who, to my surprise, was glaring at me, not at Seiya. Why are you glaring at me?
他の男に触れるお前が憎たらしい。
Sounds right. I don't like you touching other guys. I quickly jumped back from Seiya. Jeez, being caught between the two of them is pretty perilous.
とりあえず彼女はここにいないと体が持たなくなってきているようですから、こちらで預かりましょう。
Yeah, but I have more questions. Leah seems to need to stay here for her health, so fear not. I'll take care of her. No, I was about to say I'm fine, but
ま、そうしないとダメだよね。すごく嫌だけど。
that makes sense, much as I hate to admit it. What?
お前はここにいた方がいい。安心してよ。俺もここに残るから。
You need to be here, but don't worry, I'll stay with you. What?
は？
Wah? Well, hit auto. No, hit aw. Both Seiya and I were taken aback. I knew that hang on, let me make sure this doesn't have any options on here by accident. Thank you. I was like, all. No, no, no. I didn't paint them. She did. She has a whole kit. She has a million colors. She painted stuff for me. In fact, I don't think I have them on my desk. My desk is a riser desk now, so I don't have all my stuff. But she had little figures she got to paint me. Like, I think one was a hedgehog. And there was a bunny, for obvious reasons. And there was something else she'd gotten for me. But, like, they're super cute. She's got so many colors. I'm trying to get her something to store them all in. I bought her a little, is it a Stanley? I think it's a Stanley. A little Stanley mini, like, thing. It's meant for tools, but it'll fit paint pods. I tested it. I knew that being near a Khalifa tree was tough for Minami, but in response to our surprise, he merely scoffed.
俺がここにいちゃいけない理由なんてないじゃん。ここって誰でも来られる場所だろ？
There's no rules that say I can't be here, right? It's a public place,
た
right?
だ町の奴らはここの空気が嫌いで来ないってだけで。
It's just the locals don't like the air, so they stay away, yeah? He spoke so casually I was taken aback. Seiya seemed unconvinced, but eventually relented with a nod.
はあ、好きにしなさい。
Do as you please.
この銃が戻ってきたのですから、おかしなことをしようものなら、一発ズドンです。
Know that I now have my gun back. You make one false move and you'll be gone with one single shot. I regret giving it back to him now. I would have been safer. It would have been safer with me.
当たらなければ意味がないって知ってる？
I'm assuming you can hit me.
前に言ったじゃない。お前は成人すぎて放つものの軌道さえ騙せないのに。
I said it before, you're far too much of a goody-goody, and I can just tell that's a bluff. Seiya looked momentarily offended, but quickly composed himself. It's pretty impressive how collective he is.
ああ、南、肩にゴミが。
Oh, Minami, you've got something on your shoulder. Seiya reached for Minami's shoulder and... Minami yelped, his body jolting in shock.
カリファを持ってやがるな。
I thought that only works if he has ill intentions. You bastard, you're holding a Khalifa pedal.
ゴミを取って差し上げたのですが、これはうっかり。
Yes, it's your fault for having some dirt on your shoulder. Minami seemed ready to lash out, but soon collapsed, his energy drained from the Khalifa flower. They're both to blame. Is he dead? Did he die? Seiya suggested the courtyard wasn't a good place to rest, so Leah and I went to his room. Despite him not being there, being in Seiya's room made me want to puke, but I guessed there was nothing to do. This was so Leah could rest
ほら、
after all.
眠っておけ。
I get some sleep. Okay, thank you. I laid Leah down and sat beside her. I couldn't believe that Leah had stayed here for my sake. Oh, gosh, what a selfless act. Maybe we weren't so different. We both risked our lives for the people we cared
残
about.
ってくれてありがと
I was so quiet.
う。残ってくれてありがと
She's amazing. Oh, goodness. I was never good at expressing my gratitude, but this time was different. Or rather, she was different. Leah smiled and nodded. We're in this
う。
together.
お前がいてくれたら何とかできそうな気がしてくるよ。
With you here, I feel like I can do anything. Glad to hear it. Are you gonna sleep too, Minami?
いや、俺はいい。お前の眠りを邪魔しない
She
よ
should
う
be
に起きて
sleeping
るから。
at the tree. She shouldn't even be here. I'll watch over you. I don't want to disturb your rest. I see, thank you. Although she thanked me, she seemed upset at my decision.
まさか夢でも俺に会いたかった？
Don't tell me you actually wanted to see me in your dreams. I didn't say that. I'm going to bed. Good night. Her face was as red as the sun above. She's simply too cute. It's overwhelming. I just want to hold her close. Yet no matter how often I told her my feelings for her, she never once said the same words back to me. As she drifted off, I gently touched her lips with my
好
thumb.
きって言えよ、バーカ。
Just say you love me, dummy. Mumbling that, I softly kissed her. Oh, wow. Minami. Whoa, 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 whoa. After a bit of rest, I noticed Minami had taken to the sofa, seemingly lost in thought as he gazed out the window. He wasn't feeling well. You don't need to force yourself to stay here.
お前が眠ってる間は見張ってないと、聖夜が何するかわからないだろ。
I need to keep watch over you. I have no idea what Seiya might do if I leave.
それにさ、木のそばじゃないからあんまり辛くないんだよね。
Plus, I feel a lot better not being directly by that tree. He's clearly pushing himself. He's trying to act tough so I don't worry about him, but he was worried about losing his identity as a demon. Though his aversion to the Khalifa tree betrays his true identity.
お前は大丈夫なの？
Feeling any better? Yeah, I feel a lot better. Almost like I'm back to normal. Like,
ならいい。
close. Good to hear.
少し寝る。疲れた。
I might get a little sleep. I'm pretty tired too. Minami soon closed his eyes and began gently snoring. He looked so content, his face so calm and devoid of any malice drew my gaze. Come to think of it, this is the first time I've ever seen him sleep. Usually it's him watching over me. So quiet compared to his usual self, so serene. My thoughts drifted back to Kisaragi Station and how he could put himself in danger for my sake.
やばいなって思ったのは、俺のために何かしてく。
Me, we don't do flashbacks. Now, Minami's actions made sense to me. How could I not be moved by that? And what was more, even before all of this, I realized I was beginning to have feelings for him. It seems Minami's confession has finally made an impact on me. But what am I supposed to do now? I stared over at him.
俺はお前が好きだから嫌がることはしない。でも、お前は違った。
Because I love... Oh, no, flashbacks.
So-
Gosh. Flashbacks. Reflecting on Minami's past actions at first, I thought they were all fake, but perhaps he really does love me? I cautiously reached out, brushing his bangs. I do care about you, okay? Suddenly, he grabbed my hand.
それって俺のこと？
Did you say something about me? You were awake?
寝てたけど、お前の言葉で覚醒した。
Your voice woke me up.
ねえ、ねえねえ、今の好きって俺のこと？
Hey, so really? Like, really, really? You really like me?
好きって男としてってこと？
I mean, like, you know, like kind of thing?
好きって。
You like me? Yeah, I like you, Minami. I like you.
嬉しい。
Yay!
お前は絶対に俺のこと好きだと思ってた。
I knew you liked me. You already knew. I mumbled silently to him
どう
myself.
する？何する？
But now, what do you want to do? What do you mean by
抱きしめ合
that?
ったり、キスしたり、お互いにたくさん触れ合ったり。
We could hug, we could kiss, or we could touch each other a lot, and no. I pushed his hands away, shocked by how bold he was.
ち、つまんな。
How boring. I'm perfectly happy being boring. I'm only just recognized how I felt about him. I wasn't at all ready for anything physical yet. Yoon said this is Lauren corn. This is corn? No, it's not. It's not. This is actually very PG. In fact, 9 R.I.P is rated T for teen, which means teenagers can play this game. It contains fantasy violence, mild blood, mild suggestive themes, and language. That is not what Corn has in it at all. Not the same. There's no nudity, no adult situations. Heck, I don't even think anybody gets shirtless in this one. But I can recall. No, everyone keeps their clothes on. There's not even a bare man chest in this game. I only just recognized how I felt about him. I wasn't all ready for anything physical yet, and yet I do want to become close to him. Just go back to sleep. You barely slept at all.
無理。胸がドキドキして眠れない。
I can't, my heart's racing. Minami rose from the sofa.
てか、寝てる場合じゃないよな。俺のこと解決してもらって、お前を早く返さないと。
We all know teenagers have sex. It's not all teenagers, by the way. This one specifically, she is a high schooler, but she's dating dead people, so I mean, it's different. This one, she's 19, I think. And this one gets suggestive. This has more suggestiveness in it. There's even kiss scenes that they show pretty explicitly in that one. Let's see. Cupid Parasite, they do smash. They smash in Cupid Parasite. Let's see. Amnesia? I don't recall anyone smashing Amnesia, but it's been a while since I played that one. Let's see. Color X Malice. Do they? Necrophilia? Not exactly. Technically, this one's a demon. This is the guy she's trying to date. He's a demon. There's no bodies, technically, when you think about it. There was 2 ghosts in a different version. There was a person who just happened to not be in their body at the time. Actually, there was 3 ghosts. Let's play Cupid. I already played Cupid. I did that one already. There's a whole scene where all the guys have their shirts off at one point because it was part of the contest thing. They had to take their shirts off. And everybody looked like they were from like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Everyone was ready for that one. I can't think of any other ones right now where they are too suggestive. The Japanese Otome games don't get too suggestive. It's the other country ones that get a little more suggestive. He's an incubus. That's true. He is an incubus, but he's not really an incubus. He does not act like an incubus. He does not do incubus things. I think they just use that word incorrectly. Because he's a demon that gets you in your sleep, but specifically, yeah. But he's not doing what incubus do. That's not what incubus do. I don't know if they couldn't think of a different word to use besides incubus, because Alan from Cupid Parasite is an incubus. But Minami from 9 R.I.P is not an incubus. Sleeping Gate, we gotta sleep. We gotta solve my issue and get you home. You're right. First things first, we should probably learn a bit more about demons. But what if? What if would be interesting. Honestly, then what would that god have against him? He's just trying to give her great dreams. And that's right. There are a ton of books about demons in this room. Let's go read some books. I stood up and made my way to the bookshelf.
なんで離れるの?
Why are you walking away from me? Oh man, I'm looking for something. This room's filled with books on gods and demons. I scanned the spines of the various books. The birth of a demon. The title caught my eye, so I grabbed the book and began checking the contents. Among various topics, one chapter on the origins of demons caught my eye. I turned to the page and began to read. Demons were once holy angels, but their lies and rebellions against God cast them from heaven. Upon reaching Earth, these fallen angels fell in love with humans, giving birth to demons. But if they fell from Earth, they're already demons. They don't have to give birth to more.
くったらな。何それ
What kind of ghost story is that? Minami had quietly approached, peering over my shoulder at the text. You mean it's not true?
知るわけないだろ。興味もない。てか、お前だってそうじゃないの人間がどうして生まれたのかわかるわけ
How would I know? Nor do I care. Same goes for you, right? Do you know where humans came from? I guess not exactly. Just then the door opened and Seiya walked in.
ああ、起きていたのですね。調べ物をなさっていたのですか
The plot thickens. Something just happened on my screen. I didn't know what it was, but like, maybe it lagged again. You're awake doing some research, are we? Seiya, yeah, we're looking into the origins of demons. My computer might need to restart again. I think I mentioned it at the start. I had to restart my computer 3 times yesterday because it was just black screening. And I was like, all right, because I was like trying to make notes. And I just got a new phone, and so I was trying to like copy my notes and stuff onto my computer, and my computer kept not turning on. And then I just got a new phone because my other phone screen kept flashing and flickering. So I needed to get a new phone, which we just did. Look, it's purple still, and it's got mushrooms on it. But when you get a new phone, all your stuff signs out. So all of my stuff was gone. And I was very sad. And so I was trying to also get all my passwords on my new phone. And I couldn't. The book's posits one theory, but different people have different ideas on their origins. Let's see here. He then reached and took out a different book. Scanning the pages, he soon reached a certain passage and handed it over to me.
こちらを読んでみてください。
Take a look at this. The one thing with this thing freezing though, because I keep doing the test afterwards to make sure everything's kind of still synced up. My test is popping up here about the same speed it normally does. So it's not a delay on at least the stream. Take a look at this. Following his instructions, I began to read. Humans who committed vile acts were summoned by Lucifer to hell, transforming them into demons. My eyes grew wide. That's totally different. Demons were angels and others were born from humans?
本の内容なんてどれも信憑性はないだろ
Don't believe everything you read in books. Then what's the point of books? Really?
私にもわかりかねます。
It's hard to say for
善
sure.
悪を人々に理解させるために神が悪魔をお作りになられたという説もあるくらいですから。
Some theories suggest that God created demons to teach humans about good and evil. With all these different theories, it's hard to know which one's
う
true.
そんなの調べても俺の抱えるものを消す方法なんて書かれてない
The point is, figuring out this stuff won't solve my issue. Maybe not directly, but I figured it could at least point us in the right direction. Hearing that, Minami walked to a nearby shelf and pulled out another book.
ヒントなんてないと思うけどお前のことは信じてるし俺のために何かするお前が好きだし
I doubt you'll find anything direct, but you can give it a shot. It's nice seeing you do things for me. It was a very Minami-like response, and I couldn't help but chuckle. I think this might be the first time our goals are actually aligned.
詳しいことはわかりませんが、一つ頭に入れておいてほしいことがあります。
I don't know the details, but there is one thing I want you to keep in mind. Keep doing that and you'll make me really scared. Seiya's earnest tone caused my ears to perk up and I turned to face him.
大事なのはあなたが何を信じるかで
What
す。
matters is what you
本に
believe.
書かれていることが真実か否かなど重要ではありません。
The truth of these books is secondary. I couldn't quite grasp what he was getting at. But when you talked about belief, if what someone believes isn't true, doesn't it all fall apart? He shook his head, his faith unwavering.
信じる力は何よりも強い。 私はそれこそが真理だと思っています。
Faith is more powerful than you know. That's the truth of the matter. His expression turned sad as he averted his
エク
gaze.
ソシストであった私は何よりも神を信仰した。
I
けれ
was
ど
once an
己
exorcist.
を信じなかった。
Say I quit it. I'm talking. I was once an exorcist putting all my faith in God, but I neglected to believe in
今も
myself.
その愚かさを恥じています。
I'm still ashamed of my past foolishness. With that, he let out a small sigh. Then he turned back to us and offered a reassuring
き
smile.
っとそこに答えがあるはずです。
I believe you'll find your answer in belief. Then he left our room in silence, Seiya foolish. Despite his composed demeanor, it was surprising to see him appear so distressed.
ああ、地獄に落ちた人間なんだから愚かなんでしょ。
Obviously, he's an idiot. He ended up in hell, didn't he?
服役した後に反省の意を込めて HO に就職したんじゃない？
He probably decided to work at the HO as penance after his stint in hell.
頭悪すぎだよね。さっさと成仏して転生でもすればいいのにさ。
That's pretty stupid, right? I mean, he should just hurry up and cross over and get reincarnated or whatever. Can someone from hell cross over?
重罪じゃなければ服役後に釈放されるからしようと思えばできるでしょ。
If they haven't done anything too bad, they're released after serving their time. After this, they should be able to cross over. Now that I think about it, when I met Reika at the station, she said she was returning to the mortal realm after serving her time in hell. This boy's so cute. I know! This is Minami, and he is voiced by a very good voice actor who's really great at doing super cute soft voice and then deep voice. And this character switches between the two. He does live here after all. I guess it makes sense he'd pick some of this up. Speaking of which, you seem to know Seiya pretty well. How did you know he was an exorcist?
だってあいつが聖者だった時に会ってるから。
Well, I met him back when he was still alive. Really? I had always assumed they met after Seiya had died. When you say you met him, was he trying to exorcise you? Minami appeared unhappy to discuss that topic, and so I quickly tried to change the subject. Actually, never mind.
別にいい。お前に隠すことなんてないし。
It's okay. I don't want to keep secrets
あ
from
いつ
you.
はさ、俺が人間に悪夢見せてたから依頼されて払いに来たんだよ。
Just snooze the ad for just a little bit. He was summoned to deal with the nightmares I caused, and Minami shivered and punched the bookshelf as hard as he could. Hey! The impact caused the bookshelf to tremble, dislodging several books.
払うほどのものではありません。いたずらくらいしかできない小物なので。って。
He said I wasn't worth exorcising. Just a minor demon who could merely pull a prank or two. Can you believe that? Just saying the words made him quiver with rage. It was clear he was still very upset about it. Guess this is a sensitive topic for him. I was at a total loss of what to say to him. Huh. Wow. I had no idea you guys had such a history together.
付き合いなんて言うな。寒気がする。
Just thinking about it pisses me off. Minami shuddered dramatically. I had started out looking into the origins of demons and instead uncovered the origins of Minami and Seiya's rivalry. That explained a lot about their relationship.
イライラする。何が信じる力は何よりも強いだ。
Conceptually.
そんなのバカを見るだけだってのに。
It's so annoying. Faith is more powerful than you know. My ass. Only an idiot would believe something like that. Really, I found it rather profound.
は？なんで？
Why? We're gonna save over this one because there was only one right answer for that one anyways. Like us? Question mark. It reminds me of us. He cocked his head looking at me skeptically. Remember what happened at Kisaragi Station? I dropped the gun because I had faith in you. I believed that you'd protect me, that you'd love me. I had faith that you wouldn't hurt me. He's blushing. Minami's cheeks tinted the color as he averted his gaze, muttering under his
本
breath.
気で切りつけられてたろ？
But what if I had attacked you? That's not how faith works, okay? You didn't. I trust you completely. So my faith in you won't waver no matter what. I believe our faith in each other is our greatest strength.
ああ、くそ。 聖夜の言葉否定できないじゃん。
Damn it, how can I argue with Seiya's point now? Seeing Minami frustrated made me chuckle. Let's get back to the book.
読書って嫌いなんだよね。超退屈なんだもん。
Reading is so boring. I hate it. Really, I find it fascinating, though technical stuff can make me sleepy. First things first, we should probably pick up the books that fell.
ああ、だるい。聖夜がイライラさせたせいなんだけど。
Ugh, I don't wanna. Besides, it's Seiya's fault for pissing me off. Actually, it's your fault. Actually, we started gathering the scattered books when I noticed an unusual title. What's this? How to Enter Dreams. The books stood out among the other various topics.
うさんくさい。何その本。
That sounds pretty sketchy. What's that doing here? It's not the type of book I pictured Seiya having. I began flipping through it. It says that with dream power, you can enter someone else's dream. Is that true, Minami?
当たり前じゃん。それなくしてどうやって入るんだよ。
I mean, duh, right? You have to have the power to enter dreams. Maybe there was some truth in this book after all. Let's see. It says here you need to fall asleep at the same time as the target. That sounds pretty tough.
そんなことしなくても入れるっつうの。
You can totally get in without doing that. That's easy for you to say. You're an incubus. Next, the book says visualize the person strongly before sleeping. That doesn't seem too hard, but falling asleep at the same time sounds tough. Besides, I thought only succubi and incubi could enter someone else's dreams.
てか、人間の夢っておかしくてさ。リアルでは温厚で通ってるやつが夢ではえげつない行動をしてたり。
I love watching other people's dreams. It's always the quiet ones that go the most wild in their dreams.
夢ってのは願望出まくるからな。何回か盗み見るだけでその人間の本質知れてウケるよ。
Okay. Dreams reflect your desires. A glimpse into someone's dreams tells you a lot about the person, about who they really are. Must be nice to be the one that gets to watch someone else's dreams.
覗こうと思えば俺のでも覗けるだろう。その本の通りすればいいんじゃないの？
You can try peeking into my dreams. Just do what the book says.
俺の夢、覗いてみる？夢見の力なら一時的に与えてやる。
Wanna see? I'll lend you some of my dream powers. He spoke with a mischievous smile, making me wary of his intentions. Know that... Wait a second. Is that glass wall in your dreams too, Minami?
そりゃあるよ。あれは誰にでも存在するものだからな。いや、あるっていう表現はおかしいか。
It appears in everyone's dreams. I suppose, though, I don't know if I'd say it exists, really. Minami cocked his head and grabbed onto his shoulders. Tell me more about that. Maybe if I'm able to understand it. Maybe I could remove the soul that's trapped inside of you.
え、あの壁が？
You think that wall has something to do with it? Before he could say any more, I quickly told him what I was thinking. The glass wall, if broken, allows one to reach places within a person that you can't normally reach, right?
そうだけど、それが何？あれが割れてもあるのは魂だけ。
If you break the glass, the only thing left of the person is their soul. Minami gasped.
魂に触れられる？
Which means you could interact with the soul. Exactly. That means if I can enter your dream, Minami, I might be able to confront the man's soul
ダ
and
メだ。
you can't. His voice, though hushed, was serious enough to stop me.
絶対にやめろ。今のは忘れるんだ。
I won't let you forget that idea. But why? It seems like it might work. Minami remained silent, refusing to
やっ
explain.
ぱりここって空気悪すぎ。
The air here's terrible. I gotta get out of here. He then left the room abruptly. We weren't done talking. Come back, sir.
あいや、期間限定パフェ。
Your seasonal parfait!
うん
It's so much better here, being away from that disgusting tree, and now I've got my favorite parfait to look forward to.
あいつ余計な方法を思いつきやがって。
What a terrible plan she came up with. I twirled my spoon to mix the parfait and took a bite. So good. This was definitely the best way to enjoy it.
なあ、あんた、試作品あるんだが食ってかねえか？
I've actually got a new experimental parfait I've been working on. You want to try it?
なんで俺が
Why are you offering it to
お
me?
代はなんとタダだ。
Come on, it's on the house. Sold.
助かるよ。そんじゃ持ってくるぜ。試作品だからまずくても怒るなよ。
Remember, it's a
試しに
test.
作ってみたもんだからさ。
No complaining if it doesn't taste right, okay? An experiment, huh? What Leah was planning could have an irreversible outcome. Honestly, I was worried she'd try and do it anyways.
あいつくらいだぞ俺を怖がらせるなんて
Only she could come up with something to scare me like that. With Seiya by her side, my fear only grew. She might actually go through with it. Maybe I should talk to Seiya. If Leah talks to him about it, perhaps he could talk her out of it. With what, me? Asking him a favor? Me? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's how many no's there are.
お待ちだ。試作品の特別パフェだ。ほら、
Thanks
早
for
速
waiting.
食ってみて。
Here's your experimental parfait. Give it a
あ
try.
あはいはい
Sure, let's see.
何これまっずい死ね
It's awful. Oh. What was in it? I want to know. After Minami left, I continued to read the book about entering dreams, making notes of the things I thought were important. Minami told me to forget it, but I was willing to try anything if it was a chance to save us both. However, I knew that if I talked to Minami about it, he wouldn't listen. So I took the notes I'd written and went to find Seiya. I figured he at least would give me an honest opinion. There he is. Just as I was about to call out to him, I was startled to see who was standing next to him.
判断は任せるけどわかるよな
I'll leave it to you. You know what to do, right?
まあお前の言う通りにしましょう。私とて避けたいですから。
I suppose so. I too would like to avoid that fate if at all possible. Despite their history, the two seem to be getting along quite well. What's going on? Taking a look around, I soon realized that I was eavesdropping. As I watched, wondering what to do next, Minami turned and left. Seeing that, I emerged and approached Seiya. Hello, Seiya. You have a moment to talk right now?
ああ、はい。どうしたのです
Of
か？
course. How can I help? I wanted to talk to you
言わ
about...
なくても分かっています。
No need to explain. What?
精神的に参っているのでしょ？
You're feeling overwhelmed, aren't you? Sure. But that's not what I want to talk about. He's completely off. Why would he think
以前
that?、
急に叫び出した時がありましたね。
He screamed out of nowhere the other day. I sometimes do that just for fun. It's just normal. I suppose I did. I totally forgotten about that. I remembered yelling at my other self in front of Seiya. I never explained what happened then. Seiya didn't ask. I wonder if he's been worried about me this whole time. Speaking of which, I hadn't heard from the voice since Kisaragi Station.
聞きたくない声が聞こえているのではないですか？
Tell me, have you been hearing voices? No. If it's my own voice, it's just my conscience. How did you know?
少々言いづらいのですが、あなたのような症状をここで見た覚えがありましてね。
It's rather difficult for me to discuss, but I've seen someone else here with your symptoms. Here? Could someone else be experiencing this? I can't hear the voice now. I guess it kind of comes and
よろ
goes.
しければ詳しく教えていただけないでしょうか？どのような声だったのか。
Please tell me a bit about it. What kind of voice was it? Sure. What kind of voice was it? I was so focused on the tone of the voice, I didn't think about much else. Actually, I wasn't even sure I was able to notice much else. It sounded like me, but its speech and demeanor were different. Calmly thinking about it, that voice was... I think it resembled Minami? Seiya's expression turned stern, and I hurriedly rushed to provide more details. Oh, but I think it's because Minami was always on my mind, that's why. They were words meant to defend him, but as I spoke, they started making sense. To me, Minami was a burden. I was desperate to understand him.
南を求める心があなたの中に声を生んだ。
So perhaps your longing for Minami created that voice in your mind? Yeah, the voice was guiding me, offering advice on how to return to the mortal
なるほ
realm.
ど。それほどまでにあなたは極限状態にいたと。
See, so then your situation drove you to that point. I guess. That's fine. Given that I only heard the voice when I was in trouble, I think I'm okay now. I've gotten rid of my burden, which was why the voice has faded away. Seiya took my
念の
hand.
ため祈りましょう。二度とその声が聞こえてこないように。
I'm fine, Seiya. Let's focus on the other thing. What was Minami here talking to you about? I just want to know. Could you tell me? Let's pray just to be safe. I'll pray you never hear that voice again. He bowed his head, murmuring the prayer
闇
for
に
me.
打ち勝つ強さをもたらしたまえ。この者の魂が
May she find the strength to repel darkness. Please protect her soul. After his prayer, he leaned in for a purification kiss. I'll take just the prayer, thanks.
南のためですか？
Is it because of Minami? I responded with a half smile. He can be a challenge when he pouts. Seeing my response, worry shadowed Seiya's expression.
はあ、あなたの心はすでに闇に囚われているようですね。
It seems darkness has already claimed your heart. I guess he meant Minami by darkness. If Seiya's eyes, Minami was a demon, was the epitome of darkness, and their history together had naturally led him to that conclusion. But I saw things differently. For me, he's neither dark nor light. Confusion crossed Seiya's face. To me, he's just Minami, that's all.
だから悪魔でも関係ないと。
So him being a demon doesn't matter. Right, I know. I'm sorry. It's hard to explain in words.
そうですか。まあ、恋とはそういうものですからね。
Is that so? That's what love's all about. Hearing you say it like that, it's a little... I felt my cheeks burning. But the words were classic Seiya.
一つ心に留めておきなさい。あなたが帰るべき時が来たら、
Just remember, when it's
それは
time for you to
別
go
れなん
back
だ
home,
と。
that'll be the end for you too. His warning tightened my chest. I already knew that was the case, yet my heart struggled to accept it. I felt as though what I wanted was being sliced into the desire to return home and the desire to stay with Minami. On a scale of my heart, both seemed to be equally weighed. It was a sign of just how deep my feelings for Minami had become.
南が相手ですから恋愛相談はお断りしますが、声に関して何かあれば言ってください。
Why? Since this is Minami we're talking about, I won't advise on your romance with him, but you can talk to me about the voice you heard.
気休めにしかなりませんが、何度でもあなたのために祈りましょう。
I know it's only a small comfort, but I promise to pray for you often. I understand, thank you.
それでは仕事がありますので、これで失礼します。
I have work, so I must get going. Please excuse me. Yeah, but that wasn't. I wasn't done talking. I watched Seiya leave and gasp. I forgot to ask him about the dream. I wanted to follow Minami. I wanted to follow him, but didn't want to further get in the way of his work. Feeling deflated, I simply walked away. Just do it, man. After leaving, I found myself sitting on the bench in the hallway, sighing deeply. If I had all the items needed to enter into someone's dreams, I'd like to try it on someone.
何そのため息？具合悪いの？
What's with the sign? You sick or something? When did you get
いる
here?
に決まってんだろ。お前のそばから離れるわけないし。
I'm always here, obviously. I'd never leave your side. He sat down beside me. I wanted to bring up what we were talking about before, but I knew it would only sour his mood. Knowing that, I simply couldn't bring myself to bring it up to him. Did you go somewhere?
町まで行ってパフェ食べてきただけ。
I went to town and ate a parfait.
あ、そうだ、聞いてよ。試作品を出されたんだけどさ、それが超まずくて。
Oh yeah, can you believe this? The manager gave me a free sample of his experimental one. It was gross. Can't complain, right? It was free. The minute he brought up food, I felt hungry. Oh. Seiya warned me the feeling hungry was a very dangerous sign. In the past, better quit that. Quit it? quit it. In the past, seeing Minami enjoy a parfait made me envious, but that was the first time I actually felt hungry. Back then I craved a parfait, but now I want to eat something. I don't care what it is. Oh, you're elephant in the room. There's a guy right beside you. Eat him.
ねえ、聞いてんの？おいってば。
Hey, are you listening? Hey. Sorry, I guess I got lost in my thoughts.
それなら休みに行こう。眠った方がいいから。
Let's get some rest. You should sleep. Yeah, that sounds good. Otherwise, I'd just keep thinking about how hungry I was. Should have went home when you had a chance. Should have left when you could have left. I'm home.
おかえりなさい。もうご飯できているから早く食べてしまいましょう。
Welcome back. Dinner's ready, so let's hurry up and eat. Oh, yay! I haven't eaten all day. I'm so hungry. Let's eat. This is delicious.
たくさん食べてね。
Make sure you eat plenty. Mom, is there no more food? I'm still not full.
ごめんなさい。もう材料何もないのよ。
I'm sorry, that's all we have. What do you mean? Look, there's a big chunk of meat right there. You need a slice. Just needs to be sliced. What? Slice you up. Oh, look, there's a big chunk of meat right there. Just need to slice you up. Delicious mother. Okay, first off, I said eat Minami, not your mom. That works. That's an option. That was a choice we had there. Ah!
おい、どうしたんだよ。
What's wrong? Oh my gosh, my mom, I did something terrible to her. Mom!
落ち着け、大丈夫だから。俺を見ろって。
Calm down, it's okay. Look at me. Minami held my face, and I took deep breaths as I looked at him. Tears started to form as I gazed into his eyes. It was such a scary dream. I cried as I told Minami about the dream, and he held me gently and stroked my back.
大丈夫だから。安心しろ。夢は夢でしかない。
It's okay, don't worry, it was just a dream. But you said yesterday, Minami, a dream reflects someone's desires.
すべての夢に言えることじゃない。お前は今見た夢を何度も見ているのか？
Not all dreams mean that. Are you having that dream repeatedly? No, but...
だろ？それなら気にすることない。だからそう怖がるなって。
Don't worry, there's no reason to be scared. Okay. I hugged Minami and buried my face in his shoulder. His scent and the warm comfort of his body naturally soothed me and slowly my rapid beating heart.
かわいい。お前には悪いけど、毎晩でも怖い夢を見てほしくなっちゃう。
That's how you know he's evil, actually. You're so cute when you're scared like this. Part of me wishes you'd have scary dreams every night. Meanie.
ああ、悪魔だし。
I am a devil after all. Hehe. Bantering back and forth with him helped me relax. The air was serene and I didn't feel the least bit hungry. There is something I should tell you. I stepped back from Minami and shared my concern with him. I couldn't handle this alone. I think before that I was starting to feel hungry. I was so caught up with feeling sleepy or sick that I overlooked it. It seemed so bad. It even showed up in my dreams. I have to eat something. Minami looked as though he had something to say but remained silent. What is it?
夢から見るに。
About that dream you had. He then flashed a grin.
人肉を食べる夢っていうのは吉夢なんだぞ。お前の力が増していて大きなことを成し遂げられるっていうな。
What power? Dreaming of eating human flesh is a good sign. It signifies your powers growing. It means you can achieve something big. He spoke as though he were a fortune teller, leaving me puzzled. Since when did you become a fortune teller?
知らなかったっけ、俺の仕事。
Didn't I tell you that's what I do? It's my job. Job? You never told me that.
ほら、俺だってここでの生活あるだろ。 だから金稼ぐために街で占い師やって。
I do have a life here. After all, I tell fortunes to earn money. Fortune telling, Minami? That was the last profession I expected for him. I hadn't even considered that money was a thing here in hell. But I suppose with all the bustling shops and stores, there had to be some kind of money.
まあ気が向いた時にしかやんないけどね。
I do it when I feel like it. I see. I tried to imagine the scene. A small table on the streets, a sign reading fortune teller beside it, and Minami sitting there.
その夢は仕事で成功しますね。
A dream of yours could become reality if you work hard on your
本
job.
当ですか？
Really?
あー嬉しいな。
That's thrilling.
まあでも気の持ちようですから。っていうか占いなんて当てになんないし。
But it hinges on how you feel. To be honest, fortune telling isn't always reliable. Huh?
その夢見たからって本当に成功するとは限らないって言ってんの。
Meaning just because you dream it doesn't guarantee it'll
夢
happen.
の内容に溺れると逆に大失敗しちゃってクビになるかも。
Obsessing over your dream's details might lead you to missing something important in the real world or even get you fired.
なんて占いなんだ。見てもらうんじゃなかった。
Worst fortune teller ever. I regret asking you for a reading.
悪いね。俺他人の不幸を願っちゃうからさ。そんじゃお代は100万円になります。
Sorry about that. What can I say? I do love rooting for others' misfortune. Anyways, that'll be $100.
ぼったくりじゃない
What a
か。
scam. I doubt they'd take dollars in hell, but that was how I envisioned it. Maybe that's a little harsh.
夢で占うんだけどさ、すっごい大吉夢の内容を言われても真逆のこと言っちゃうんだよね。
I interpret dreams, but no matter how positive the dream, I always tempted to predict the opposite.
詐欺だ。ぼったくりだってよ
Welcome
く言わ
back.
れるけ
Thank
ど、
you,
文
Blue.
句を言ってきたやつは夢に出て懲らし
It
めてやったり
hasn't
して
frozen since I came back, so maybe the restart was good. It's still early though. It did it like 5 times in 45 minutes. That's why I was like, it's time. People call me a scammer or a ripoff, but I always just haunt the dreams of the people who complain. I know exactly. Knocking on the wood. Yes, I wasn't far off. Fortune teller. Minami's occupation. He is a fortune teller on the streets of hell. He supposedly does this to make ends meet. Apparently, it doesn't pay very well. So the fortunes you just gave me.
お前腹立つな。お前に対して嘘つくわけないだろ。
No, dummy, I wouldn't lie to you. Aw, after what you just told me. I knowing my dream was a positive thing made me feel a little better, thanks. I smiled and thanked him. Minami laughed, showing mixed emotions.
なんか変な感じ。占って感謝されるなんて初めて。
This is odd. No one's ever thanked me for the fortunes before. I don't doubt that. He looked away, then turned back to me with serious gaze.
そっか。早くしないとまずいな。
But that means we've got to act quick, otherwise you'll be in real trouble. My thoughts exactly. We'll have to figure this out, or... I clenched my fist. Sweat spread across my palms and my body trembled. I can't afford to have negative thoughts now where everything I've worked for this whole time will be for nothing. I relaxed and exhaled softly to calm myself. I pulled out the memo from my pocket. You told me... Ooh. I may not have had my foot entirely on my ottoman, and I may have knocked my ottoman halfway over. You told me to forget about it, but Minami looked at the memo I handed to him, and his expression fell. It was the reaction I expected, but I knew it was too late to turn back. I spoke before he could. If we can remove the human soul from you, you can return to being a full demon, and I can return to the mortal realm in peace. So let's not just dismiss it. If you think any part of this idea sounds plausible, I want you to tell me. Otherwise, I won't be able to let go of this idea. Entering into Minami's brain seemed like the only way to make this happen. But going home means I'll never see Minami again. My feelings for Minami had changed so much, I never imagined he'd impact my life like this. Will I really be able to leave this time?
わかった。どうして俺が止めるのか教えるよ。
It's his deep voice. I'll explain why I'm trying to stop you. Let me make sure my camera setting's right. Yeah, it's right. It just looks a little red, and usually when it's a little red, it has like the auto adjustment on. I think it's because there's just so much pink in my background, it's all like, make it redder. Like, please stop. I'll explain why I'm trying to stop
多
you.
分これは成功する。お前がヘマをやらかさない限り。
I believe you could succeed as long as you don't make any mistakes. Then,
だが、お前は命を差し出せるのか？
are you prepared to risk your life? Huh? I was confused by his question at first. Are you saying it's that risky if I fell I could die? Minami nodded solemnly.
人間が他人の魂に直接触れるのは禁忌。
Humans aren't supposed to touch the soul of another being.
悪魔である俺は、それが当たり前だから禁忌に触れることじゃない。でも、お前の場合は違う。
As a demon, breaking rules is my nature, but it's different for someone like you. Are you saying if the soul disappears, I will too?
命をもってすれば叶う。そういうことだ。
You would have to exchange your life for it.
俺は同じ光を放つ魂をぶつけることで相殺させるしか道がなかったが、
We needed a soul as pure as the first to cancel the other one
お
out.
前自身が他人の魂を消滅させるんなら、命で事足りる。
To eliminate the other soul, only your life will suffice. Why phrase it like that?
悪いな。悪魔の立場で意見してるからこういう。
Sorry, as a demon, I speak bluntly. Minami wanted me to forget this plan. There's a chance I could die. Of course, he'd discourage it. I wouldn't recommend it either, especially after what happened at Kisaragi Station.
そういうわけで、この方法は使えない。お前も納得しただろう。
That's why we can't proceed with this approach. Do you understand now? Minami didn't wait for my response and promptly left the room. But wait! After Minami left the room, I found myself deep in thought in the courtyard. I couldn't shake our recent conversation. I needed to distract myself, or the hunger would become all I could focus on. My body wouldn't let me. No matter how much I tried to focus elsewhere, my stomach continued to growl. In turn, the growling in my stomach only fueled my fear. It's no use. I can't stop thinking about it. I spoke out loud as though this would somehow convince
焦っ
me.
ているようですね。
You seem to be in a panic. I looked up to see Seiya approaching me.
帰る方法についてですか？
Is this about going home? Yes. I hadn't mentioned to Seiya that my train had already arrived once before. I feared he would hold Minami responsible at least. It seemed likely that he would.
南に反対されたのでしょ？
I
あ
had
れ
a
の夢
feeling
の中に入ることを。
Minami would be against you entering his dream. How did you know that? I was taken aback, like shook, man. Then I remembered I had seen Minami speak with Seiya just before I did. Guess Minami told you. Seiya silently nodded and sat down beside me.
私も反対です。南にはメリットしかありませんが、あなたはそうではありませんから。
I'm against it too. It benefits Minami, but it offers little benefit to you. I don't believe Minami sees it as a benefit to himself. He looked genuinely distressed earlier and seemed to seriously be against the idea.
恋をすると人は変わると言いますが、まさか悪魔まで変えるとは。
They say love can change anyone, but changing a demon, that's a new one. This isn't the time for jokes.
これは失礼しました。
My apologies. Seiya then gazed up at the towering Khalifa tree.
私もあなたには無事に帰ってほしいです。ですから、あなたの考えた方法は受け入れられません。
I want you to return home safely as well. That's why I can't endorse your plan either. It seems like the only option, but I don't know if it's right for me to risk my life. Minami put his life on the line for me back at Kisaragi Station though, and yet I can't do the same. All I wanted was a way for us both to be happy.
私もその方法しかないと思いますよ。
I believe there might be a way. Really?
ですから考えてみたのです。私があれの夢の中に入り、そこにあるであろう人間の魂を消滅させれば。
I wonder if it would be possible for me to enter his dreams and get rid of the soul. But if you do that, what will happen to you, Seiya? I was alive. I would have to sacrifice my life to cancel out the soul, but seeing as Seiya was already dead, what would happen
ま
then?
あ消えるでしょうね。
I'd probably vanish. What?
それはいいのです。あなたが帰れるのなら。
But that's okay, as long as you can return home safely. Why is he willing to do that
です
much?
が、それだと意味がないでしょ。これはあなたの矜持なのですから。
However, I believe doing so would be pointless. This is your challenge that you must face. Now I really am relieved I didn't tell him about the train. If he knew he might find out the challenge wasn't mine alone and attempted to intervene to try and bring the train back. You're right, I need to confront this myself and I'm determined to do so. Please don't take any risk on my behalf.
重々承知しています。
I
あ
understand your
なたの意
desire.
思はすでに理
Are
解
very
してい
clear
ま
to
す
me.
から。
I'm glad to try to do something anyway. I'm sure Minami wouldn't. Oh gosh. I'm sure Minami's worried about that too. Oops, 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 oops. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Be good now. Yeah, it dropped on my bars, but it didn't break. Does that make sense? Man. It doesn't want me to finish this game today. It heard me be like, we're gonna finish it. And it's like, no, you're not. Please, leave me at least finish Minami's today. I can finish Toka's later. Toka can have his own stream. I lied. I'm sure Minami's worried about that too. Because he sensed I might act, he gave me a stern look to deter me. If only there was a way to persuade the soul instead of having to remove it.
説得？魂を相手にですか？
Negotiate with the soul, you think that's possible? I'm not sure we can communicate with it directly. I wish there was a way to convince the soul to leave Minami's body on its own free will. To my surprise, Seiya didn't dismiss my idea outright. Instead, he seemed to ponder it. Seiya,
何を話してる？
what's this discussion about? I turned to find Minami approaching us, visibly upset with his like rocker music playing. I like that he has like a rave soundtrack. He marched over and fixed a stern look on Seiya.
せいや、言ってあっただろ。どうしてこいつの話を聞いてる？
Seiya, didn't I warn you? Why are you entertaining her idea?
お前が来ると話がややこしくなる。
Things always get more complicated with you involved. There's a hair on my face. I can feel it. Did I get it? Seiya then stood and faced
私
me.
とて魂に関してはこの HO で取り扱う身、少し考えてみましょう。
I deal with
あ
souls
な
as
たが出
part
した案を活かせないか。
of the HO. Let's think about your idea for a bit. Perhaps there's something to it. Thank you so much.
何言って？
What are you talking about? Seiya touched Minami's arm. Minami jerked as if shocked. He must have used the Khalifa pedal again. I felt bad for Minami, but it seems Seiya made the right call for the
お
moment.
前も彼女の考えを聞くといい。頭を冷やしなさい。
Try listening to her. Her ideas are electrifying.
くそ。不意打ちされるときついんだよ、ったく。
It hurts even more when you don't give me a warning. Seiya walked away, ignoring Minami's complaints. Are you okay?
顔が笑ってるやつに言われてもな。
I find it hard to believe your concern is genuine when you're laughing like that. Sorry, I just find myself agreeing with Seiya.
くっそムカつくこと言うじゃん。何？せいやのこと好きになったわけ？
You sure know how to piss me off. You're seriously siding with Seiya? You know I didn't mean it like that. Like, he's just
こいつの味
right.
方とか言うからじゃん。
Does he trust me better? It still bothers me when you say you're on Seiya's side. He looked visibly upset. I wonder if this is what is the right moment to tell him what I talked with Seiya about. Because he heard me out. Because I love you. He'd probably like hearing I love you. Seems like something Minami would like to hear. He's been wanting to hear it. Let's try. Despite feeling nervous about it, I needed to get Minami to understand. I'm sorry. I just care about you so much. Minami moved closer to me.
どれくらい好きなの？
Yeah, how much? More than Seiya?
お前、聖夜のこともそういう風に見てるの？
So you have feelings for Seiya now? No, that came out wrong. Sorry about that. You're the only one I have romantic feelings for, Minami. Please believe me on that.
愛が足りない。好きだけじゃ足りないんだよね。
Love's not enough. Saying it like that isn't enough for me. Does he mean... Do you want me to say I love you?
それしかないじゃん。俺はお前のこと愛してるもん。愛しすぎて気が狂いそう。
Of course. What else? I love you. At least I love you so much it drives me crazy. Would be preferable. I can't just say that. I'm not insane. He seemed annoyed, and unfazed. I want to keep my sanity, thank you very much, and so should you. Then we should develop our love, perhaps? Maybe? I was rambling, barely understanding my own words, feeling like my mind was about to burst.
愛を育むっていいね。どんどん愛情が大きくなっていくみたいで。
Developing love, huh? I like that idea. It means our love will grow stronger. He seemed happy with that, and I felt a wave of relief wash over me. I wonder if I can handle being with Minami like this.
愛してるよ。
Leah, I love you. Me too.
言葉で返してほしいんだけど。
I want you to actually say
ま
it.
あいいや。いつか言わせてやるから。どんな手を使って。
She's like, ditto. And he's all like, it's okay. One day I'll make you say it, whatever it takes. His determination felt a bit daunting.
で、聖夜に何を話してたわけ？
So what did you discuss with Seiya? You're really ready to listen?
仕方ないだろ。俺だってお前の味方なんだから。
What choice do I have? We're on the same side after all.
てか、話聞く前にカリファからなるべく離れたいんだけど。
Before we talk, let's step away from the Khalifa tree. Good idea. Shall we head back inside? I moved to walk, but Minami stood still, looking at the Khalifa tree. What's wrong? I thought we were leaving.
お前、花びら拾っておけ。
How about gathering some petals? His suggestion
カリファ
surprised
は持
me.
っているだけで気持ちが安らぐって聞いたことあるから。
Holding the petals is said to be calming. But if I do that, I'd rather not. It might prevent me from touching you. And being in the HO makes me feel safer, so I'll be fine. He laughed softly, but his face remained serious.
空腹を感じるまで、お前の状況は悪化してる。だから。
You're feeling hungry. That's why I want you to hold them, please. Seeing his concern, I knew I couldn't
お前の感
refuse.
情に訴えるわけじゃないけど、後悔してるんだよ。あの時、電車に乗せていればって。
I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I regret not getting you on that
お
train.
前を殴って気絶させて、それくらいすればよかった。
I should have forced you on, even if it meant knocking you out and dragging you
そう
there.
したらお前は、今頃うつしおで笑っていられた。そう考えずにはいられないんだ。
You'd be in the mortal realm, laughing, living, enjoying our life. I just can't shake that feeling. I had no idea he felt that way. If our roles were reversed, I'd likely have felt the same. I didn't regret staying with him. I wouldn't have been laughing, that's for sure. True, physically I might have recovered, but I wouldn't feel the same way in my heart. I'd regret it. I'd feel like I betrayed you by leaving you here with this burden alone. And I'd be crying. I'd miss you so much.
お互い感じるものは同じってことか。
Seems that we're both caught up in the same kind of web, huh? Exactly, so there's no need for you to feel regret. And I don't need the Khalifa petals. As long as I'm here, I want to be able to keep touching you. He's blushing.
俺もそうしたいけど、それよりもお前には死んでもらったら困るんだよね。
As much as I want that, it'd be a real problem if you died because of
だっ
it.
て、お前のことが大好きだから。
But I do love you. Oh.
は？お前バカなの？新鮮。何ぼやっとしてんの？さっさと花びら拾ってよ。そこ、ベンチのとこにあるから。
What's with the daydreaming? Huh? Hurry up and gather some petals. There's some by the bench. Okay, I'm on it. I collected the Khalifa petals scattered around the bench. I really do care about you, Minami.
何を当たり前のこと言ってんの。お前は死ぬまで、いや、死んでからも俺のことが大好きなのはもう決まってんの。
Why say something I already know? You've made it clear you're mine until you die. Actually, even after you die. Exactly. Following his advice, I picked several flowers. Minami pointed at the one for me to pick up. Nice. Picked up so many petals. I feel like I'm starting to feel better. Leah's pockets were full of Khalifa petals, so I couldn't hold her hand. That seemed to make me want to touch her all the more. It sucks. I won't be able to hold her hand until we get home. But I was the one who asked her to pick up those flowers. Besides, it wasn't the time for me to think about myself. I had to think about Leah. She stayed for me. It's only right I prioritize her well-being too. If I could touch her then...
ねえ、大好き。好きすぎて大好き。
I love you so much it makes me crazy. Words would have to suffice. What's with
変に
you?
なるくらい好きなの。
I told you my love for you makes me crazy. Well, you made that very clear. She's so adorable. I just want to hold her. Leah wasn't the type to say I love you all the time, but the way she spoke to me made my heart skip a beat. The way she said she loved me before I tried to play it off like it was nothing, but I was so happy I felt like I was gonna explode. I never understood what people meant when they said take things slow, but now it made sense. If I didn't, I'd blow up. Being with her, I felt myself changing and I enjoyed it. It was fun. I liked it. Why are you smirking like that?
お前のこと大好きだなって思って。
Just thinking about how much I like you. What the heck? That's kinda creepy. Every time I say it, her cheeks flush a deep red and my affection for her grows. I just have to keep saying it. Bum bum. Bum bum. When we got back to the room, Seiya was busy talking with a colleague, so we moved to a different room instead. What room? We chose to stay away from the staff and settled into a pillar-filled hallway rather than in the courtyard. It is cute. It's disgustingly cute, actually. It's ridiculous how adorable he is right now. The entire place seemed to buzz with activity. Everybody sure seems busy.
さっきちょっと聞いたんだけど、レイカって女がうつしおで暴れてるらしいよ。男を追いかけ回してるとか。
Gee, I wonder which guy. Like, who could it possibly be? I overheard bits and pieces about it. It seems Reika went off the rails in the mortal realm and is chasing after some guy. Reika. The girl I met at the station. She must be causing a huge amount of trouble. I wonder why.
さあ、ま、俺たちには関係ないって。
No idea. It's none of our business. It was when I did his row. You're right. With everything going on, leaning on Seiya might not be the best idea. He seemed to have more than enough on his plate. So I wanted to talk to you about this again. Please just hear me out, okay? If there's even a slight chance, I want to try. The fact of the matter is, I don't have much time left either way. Why do we have to hear about her in other routes? Because they paid for the voice actress, honestly. Let's be real, right? We hate her, but like, that's good. We were supposed to hate her. If we liked her, that'd be a problem. It'd be Dahad all over again. We can't like the bad guy every single time they show up just because they have a really great personality and kind of a justified backstory. And honestly, isn't too bad to the main character all that much. Dahad was pretty nice to the main character in Birch. Does he kill her in one version of the endings? Yeah, but like, they hurt his mother. This girl was just ignored by her parents, and that's bad, right? When you take it like surface level, that's bad. But like, that does not excuse becoming a psychotic, obsessed fan and trying to kill someone because you want to die at the same time as them. That does not excuse those things. Although I guess having your mother murdered and you attempted to be assassinated also doesn't justify saying you're going to kill the entire royal family. But I have to pick and choose sometimes. Minami nodded, and so I shared with him the plan I discussed with Seiya. Listen, hear me out. I'm gonna go inside your body, in your dreams, and be like, yo, buddy, it's time to go. And if the soul doesn't go, at least I tried. Instead of destroying the soul, I thought maybe we could persuade it to leave. What do you think? It's less risky for both of us. Minami took a moment. He seemed totally lost in thought. Does that mean he's considering it? I watched, anxious to hear his thoughts. Left without a clear solution, I was grasping at straws, yet this idea seemed to be the first glimmer of hope I'd had in some time. If it failed, we would be forced to start over again from scratch. Eventually, Minami spoke.
魂と対話することは可能だ。俺も奴と何度も話したから。
It is possible to communicate with the soul. I've tried to talk to him, ask him to leave.
あいつはそれを了承しない。
But he's stubborn. But his wish was fulfilled, right? It's about his family. I remember the man wanting them to be well off and live peacefully.
ああ、前にも言ったが、契約は絶対だからな。完
The
璧に
pact
叶
is
えてやった。
binding. I fulfilled his wish. Then why? I puzzled over Minami's grim
あい
expression.
つは俺を人質みたいに扱ってたんだよ。
He's holding me hostage.
はあ、これは情けない話だから、なるべくなら聞かせたくなかったが。
I didn't want to tell you all this. It made me sound pathetic, but Minami paused, taking in a deep breath before he continued.
あいつは俺にかけた願い以上のものを要求するようになっていった。
His demands continue to grow beyond our original
妹
agreement.
が幸せになればその子供も、子供が親になればそのまた子供も。
Well, then that's him breaking the agreement. After seeing his sister become happy, he wanted the same for her children and their children. So it's just an endless cycle. It felt so unfair that I couldn't keep my voice down. You don't have to do that, Minami. It wasn't part of the original deal.
でも、俺に拒否権はない。あくまでいられないようにしてやるって脅されてるからな。
I've lost the power to refuse. He keeps threatening to take away my identity as a devil. Minami looked genuinely distressed. I couldn't blame him. The Souls was leveraging his greatest fear against him. That doesn't sound like a very pure soul, right? Do what I say or I'm gonna do this is not a very pure soul. That's not nice. I had no idea human souls could be so strong. He was manipulating Minami like a marionette. And if I'm with you, perhaps I could sway you even just slightly. The words sent shivers down my spine. It was almost as if that human sounds more like a demon than you.
その感想は当たらずとも遠からずってとこだ。
You're not far off. How so?
俺にはあの人間の本質、良心がだんだんと流れ込んできている。それは奴もしかりだ。
His essence, his good nature is merging with mine, so I'm getting better and he's becoming more malevolent. What? So you're making him more evil?
ああ、吸い取られていくみたいにな。そのうち取って代わられるかもしれない。
It's like he's being drawn in. We might end up changing places. That can't happen. Honestly, that's the best thing that could happen with her having a bunch of petals on her body. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I grabbed both of Minami's wrists. Perhaps because I was carrying so many petals, Minami froze, twitching. I felt a slight shock too, but it was just a mild sting for me.
気をつけろ、本当に。
Be more careful, seriously. I'm like her pockets are on fire right now. I'm sorry, I will be. But I'm really grateful I stayed here. I felt it from the bottom of my heart. Had I gone home, I might have been able to continue living my life. If I saw him in the afterlife, however, when I saw him again, he might have turned into a completely different person. That gave me the chills. I promise I'll convince him to leave. Please, let me enter your dream.
消滅させるって目的じゃなきゃ、特に危険はないから反対はしないが。
We'll see. As long as you're not planning to destroy him, it should be
あ
safe.
いつを説得することは難しいぞ。俺が何年かけてもダメなんだから。
Convincing him will be tough. I've tried for years and he's never once budged. I was conflicted after all. You mentioned that the purity of my soul was like his, right? In that case, I think there's a chance I can... Hang on, I have a call. It's about my printer at work. It's broken, so they told it made me put my phone number in. So he's calling to let me know they're gonna be repairing it. Yay! In that case, I think there's a chance I can kind of compete with him.
あ、それはそうかも。
Compete? Compete in what way? You mentioned that my pure. I don't know. You just said he's getting tainted. You might be onto something, right? If it was the first time he accepted my thoughts, that small glimmer of hope began to shine brighter.
俺はあいつを飼う度量がないから圧倒されてばかりいたけど、お前ならもしかしたら。
I don't have the power to control him, and I've let him control me. But if you talk to him, exactly, if it's something you aren't able to do, then his expression turned dark. Sorry, I guess I got a bit too excited.
ついって言えば許さ
An
れると思う
apology
なよ。
doesn't always fix things. Anyways, now that we have a plan, let's put it into action.
ああ、うん。
Okay. Minami seemed less than thrilled. So what should we do next?
すぐってわけにもいかない。お前に夢見の力を与えないとだ。
We can't go right away though. First I need to grant you the power to enter my dreams. Is it gonna be like say all over again? Does he gotta kiss me? Why does he seem so embarrassed? I don't think his face is red because of the red moon. We're indoors. Does granting this power take time?
やったことないからわからないけど、人によるんじゃないかな。
I've never done it before, so I'm unsure. It might depend on the person. Depend on the person.
それに場所がないし。
And we need the right place. We need to be at your place? But how do you transfer the power? Minami leaned in closer, careful not to touch me. Then he whispered softly in my ear, Kiss you.
肌を重ねる儀式。
Oh! Well, I mean, that could still be a kiss. It's a skin to skin ritual. Excuse me? Skin to skin? I step back. Wait, does that mean
だから。
skinship, huh? Exactly what it sounds like. No, explain it any further.
やめとく？
So we're not doing it. Isn't there another way?
ないんだよ。ムマってのはインマとも呼ばれてて、力を与えるにはそういう行為しないとダメなの。
In order for a succubi or incubi to give you power, that's what we have to do. Seriously? I recalled seeing a book about incubi and succubi in Seiya's room. I really should have read that book. It wasn't as though reading it would change things.
安心して。お前には眠っててもらうから。
Incubus shenanigans. Maybe. I don't. It said skin to skin. It didn't say anything about penetration. Is that the word I'm going to go with? Don't worry. You'll be asleep for it. How is that supposed to be reassuring?
そんなに俺と肌を重ねるのが嫌なのかよ。
Do you really dislike the idea of being close to me that much? That's not what I meant.
誤解されるのも尺だから説明するけど。
I'm just explaining so you don't get the wrong
魂に
idea.
触れられる領域以外なら、そこまでの力は必要ない。聖夜くらいの霊力でも夢に入ることは可能だ。
We wouldn't need that much power if we were dealing with something other than the soul. Even Seiya probably has enough power to enter a
で
dream.
も、魂の領域まで入るには、かなり強い夢見の力を有した状態じゃなきゃ、夢に飲まれて目覚められなくなる。
When it comes with dealing with another soul, you need immense power for that. Otherwise, the dream itself may trap you inside. I see. I guess that makes sense. And in the bad ending, I get trapped in that dream. Even as I thought about it, I felt my stomach growl with hunger. Not to mention that Minami would soon be consumed by the inner human soul. He means so much to me. I guess there's nothing else to think about. It happens while I'm asleep.
そういうものだからね。って本気でやるの？
There's a lot of things under my desk right now. That's the rule. Are you sure though? You sure you wanna do it? Don't say it like that. Let's just say we're performing a ritual together.
そこまでの覚悟があるなら、俺もいいかな。
I guess if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it too. You were hesitant?
そりゃそうだろ。 好きな女とこんな形でってさ。
What are they talking about? He said she's gonna be asleep. What's happening? I mean, it's a big step, and it's with someone I really care about. I guess I never would have thought Minami viewed this as something special. I had trouble putting all that into words to him, but I felt reassured by how serious he was taking this.
ごめん、ここまでさせることになって。
I'm sorry you have to go through this. Why are you apologizing? Shouldn't you be glad you found a solution? Though I still had mixed feelings about it, I was glad we were moving forward.
お前の明るさに救われるよ。ありがと
Your optimism is really a lifeline right now, thank you. Seeing him smile, I nodded. Although I was nervous about it, I knew we first needed to find a place to do the ritual. A bed, usually. Given how bad my condition was gotten, I knew it was risky to leave the HO, so Seiya agreed to let us use his room. To keep things simple, I merely told him I was planning to enter Minami's dreams, and Seiya seemed too preoccupied with Reika's issue to deal with anything else.
このような時に力になれず、大変申し訳ありません。
Very well. I'm sorry I can't offer you any more assistance. It's fine. Just focus on what you have to do,
う。
Seiya.
ヘマすんの願ってるね。
I hope you screw it up. Minami!
ああ、はいはい。部屋借りるね。ありがと
Fine, we'll use your room. Thanks. Though his voice was laced with insincerity, Seiya seemed taken aback that he had expressed any gratitude.
やめなさい。吐き気を催す。
Please, your sarcasm is nauseating. The guys just can't help themselves. Minami smirking, clearly amused, he ruffled Seiya's feathers. How long before you come back?
そうですね。被害者への聴取もありますし、調査もありますから、
I need to gather information, conduct some interviews with the victims.
1
So
時間はかかります。戻る時間の設定は念のため2時間にしていますので、
I'd say at least 1 hour, but probably closer to 2.
う。ああ、それくらいあればやるだけだし。お、
That's plenty of time. All I need to do is Minami.
一体何をなさるおつもりですか？
What's the plan exactly? Didn't I mention we're setting up a ritual?
儀式？夢に入る前の準備では？
Thought you were entering his dreams. Oh no! I scrambled to correct my slip up.
あれ、せいやさん知らないんですか？夢に入るってのは儀式って言うんですけど。
Seiya, didn't you know entering a dream is considered a ritual?
知るわけないでしょう。私は無魔のような下級生物ではないのですから。
Why would I know that? I'm not some low-tiered being like a demon. Tension flickered between them. Shouldn't you be leaving, Seiya?
ああ、そうでした。では行ってまいります。
Yes, I best be on my way. Take care. Good luck, Seiya. Enjoy the real world. Seiya entered the elevator and quickly vanished.
レイカって女が暴れてくれてよかったね。おかげで2時間は聖夜の出入りがなくなる。
At least 1 hour, not 2. He said 1 hour, but closer to 2. At least implies that 2 hours or more, but it's actually 1 hour or more. Semantics, I know. Luckily for us, Reika's causing a stir, huh? Giving us at least 2 hours without Seiya. Yeah, lucky, I guess. Using someone else's room for this. Without context, that sounds sus. This entire situation's been sus. From the moment he explained skin to skin. The thought daunted me, yet there was no room left for hesitation now.
こっちにおいで。
Leah, over here. He had made his way to the sofa and gestured for me to join him. I approached the sofa filled with nervousness. He took my hand and guided me to sit beside him. I had placed all the Khalifa petals I collected windowsill before. All that was left was to do the ritual.
緊張する？
Are you feeling nervous? Yeah, of course. It was one rare moment when I felt no hunger. My heart was beating so fast it nearly hurt. He gently ran his fingers through my hair, then softly touched my cheek, causing me to jump slightly. Sorry that reaction was.
大丈夫だよ。お前の肌を傷つけたりは絶対にしない。
It's okay, I promise I won't do anything to harm you. He gets like the cutest sprite and he still acts like this.
儀式ではあるけど、 触れるたびに気持ちを込めるから。
This seems very concerning, actually. During the ritual, every touch will be filled with my love for
可
you.
愛くて愛しくて大切なお前へ、俺の思いが伝わるように。
I want you to know how much you mean to me every moment. You matter more than anything. Right. Right. I was still too shy to meet Minami's gaze, yet his earnest attempts to convey his feelings to me touched me from the bottom of my heart. Then his fingers brushed my lips slightly. Is he trembling? Realizing Minami was also nervous brought me comfort. I wanted to ease his anxiety, so I looked up and gave him a reassuring smile. Thank you, Minami. As long as it's with you, I'm okay. What are we doing? My words surprised him. He then smiled warmly.
信じてくれてありがとう。
Thank you for trusting me. I just made a comment earlier about how they have not had a naked scene this entire game.
まあでも、お前が感じる姿を見られないのは残念だけど。
Shame I won't get to see you enjoying it. Don't get carried away now. The mood lightened and it felt like we were back to our old selves. Then Minami's sweet scent grew stronger.
目覚めたら何事もなかったようにしておく。だからお前は安心して眠っていて、幸せな夢を見せてあげる。
What's happening? When it's over, I'll act like nothing's changed. You can sleep without worry. I'll ensure you have pleasant dreams. Act as if nothing changed. Is that really what I want? It's felt odd that my first time wouldn't really count. Wait, Blue, you played this, didn't you? You already know. I mean, I don't want to sleep sounds like the right option. I haven't. Oh no. Minami, could you tone down your sleep-inducing scent a bit?
なんで？あ、すでに眠いから必要ないとか？
Why? Is it because you already feel sleepy and don't need it? No, it's not. I want to stay awake. I was a bit embarrassed to say it, but it was what I wanted. I wanted to remember this time with him.
嘘。いいの？
Seriously, are you sure? This is weird, right? Right. He seemed nervous, but I nodded. I mean, it's you, so I'd rather have us experience it together. The intensely sweet scent quickly abated back to Minami's normal fragrance. Sus, so sus. It was still sweet, but at a normal level. We looked at each other, and he gently guided me to the sofa. I thought we were already on the sofa. Okay. Ow. He slowly untied my scarf and the sound made my heart race.
お前が起きてるって言うから、俺の方が緊張してるんだけど。
Yeah, but have you done this before? So he really is an incubus, is he? Now that you want to stay awake, I'm the one feeling nervous. Because the only thing this is about transferring his power to her.
すごく嬉しい。二人でできるっていうのが本当に。それだけで特別なものになった。
Oh my literal stars. I'm really happy. I'm glad that we can share this moment. That alone makes this whole thing special. Whoa, I got an ad. Oh no. Censored. Alright. I also see this as something special, which is why I wanted to be awake. Just one ad? Leah, oh my goodness. Ay. His gaze was intense, unlike any look he had given me before, and I felt dizzy. The timing, though, it's like it was planned. His touch on my skin was gently sending shivers down my spine. I could tell just how much I meant to him. I guess some things can only be expressed through touch. I was so glad to be here with
痛か
him.
ったりしたらすぐに言って。ゆっくりするから。
I have so many questions about this specific moment. Let me know if it hurts, okay? I'll take it slow. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay.
本当に好き。
I love you. Oh my god.
大好きだから。
I'll always love you. She doesn't say it back? Okay, I was gonna say that's a bad time. I love you too. Oh wow. My goodness. They get the most sussy ones. This is the second time they've had a sussy one. He pressed a kiss to my lips, and I responded, letting myself melt into him. This kiss was unlike any we'd shared before. It was deeper, our lips weaving together, leaving my mind feeling numb. Aren't they in Seiya's room? Yeah, they're in Seiya's room. This is a terrible place. And it's a sofa. I couldn't focus on anything else. I was so caught up in the moment that keeping pace with him was a challenge. Even when our lips briefly parted, they found each other again, quickly, our breath mending together.
愛してる。
I love you. Even after that, our desire for each other remained strong. Stars.
ふふん。
What was that? How long are you planning to keep that big smile on your face?
余韻が消えるまで永遠に
Until this glow fades away, so probably forever. After everything, Minami couldn't stop smiling. Just seeing his smile made me blush. It reminded me of what we had just shared. I understand wanting to bask in the glow, but I didn't want him flaunting it either. Rather, I'm surprised I can't really sense this dreaming power.
夢で使う力だから覚醒状態だと何も感じないものなんじゃん。俺にはよくわかんないけど。
It was all a ploy. It was all a lie. Oh my gosh, it's a power for use in dreams, so maybe you can't feel it while you're awake? I'm not really sure the details. I wonder if that's the case. Either way, at least now I can enter his dream. Suddenly I saw food on Seiya's desk. I rubbed my eyes and looked again. Sure enough, it was still there. That's odd. There was nothing there before, but it looked so delicious. I walked over to the desk and without hesitation grabbed the giant hamburger in front of me. I shouldn't eat this. I won't be able to go home, but I don't care anymore. I'm just too hungry. Then, just as I was about to eat it, someone slapped my hand.
何やってんだよ。
What the hell are you doing? Oh, my cheeks suddenly burned with embarrassment. I'm sorry, it just looked so tempting. Minami looked at me strangely.
よく見ろ。ただの本だ。食べ物じゃない。
It's a book. Did you think it was food? I glanced at the floor and he was right. The item he slapped from my hand was in fact a book. Looking back at the desk, there was no food, just a pile of documents and writing utensils. Was that a hallucination? No way. If you eat a book in hell, does it work like food? I felt faint.
今すぐ夢に入るぞ。このままだとお前の精神が持たない。
We should enter the dream now. You seriously don't have much time left. I think you're right. Time was very clearly running out. Rather, I was starting to worry about what state I'd be in when I woke up. Just then, a ding from the elevator pierced the air and Seiya stepped out.
ただいま戻りました。儀式の準備は済みましたか？
I'm back. Are you prepared to enter the dream?
今からやるところだ。お前も手伝え。
We're about to start. Seiya, we'll need your help too. What? Seiya too?
俺も眠らないとなんないから。お前の本体の方に気を配っていられない。
I need to sleep as well. I can't look after you while I'm asleep.
もし、お前が夢の中でトラブルにあって目覚められない状況になったらやばいんだよ。
If something goes wrong in the dream and you can't wake up, it could be dangerous.
そうなったら、お前を起こす必要がある。俺はお前が夢の中にいる状態だと目覚められないから。
This is too many Inception moments. In that case, we need someone to wake you up. If I'm also in the dream, I won't be able to wake myself.
なるほど。私は彼女を起こす役目というわけか。
Understood, I'll wake her up if needed. Minami nodded and Seiya offered no further comment. Guess he's willing to help
時間
too.
を決めておく。1時間だ。
We'll
そ
set
れ
a
を過
time
ぎた
limit.
らこいつを起こせ。
1 hour, then Seiya will wake you up. Is 1 hour enough time?
あなたの体を考慮してでしょ。
He's considering your health first. Is that true, Minami?
お前が地獄にいられる時間はもうあとわずかしかない。
You're running out of time.
Jigoku no
You know that better than anyone. I couldn't argue with that, especially after hallucinating that food before.
私が行く前より顔色が優れませんね。急ぎましょう。
Indeed, your complexion seems worse than when I was last here. In fact, you look like you're covered in sweat. What's happening? We moved to the sofa where I sat down, and Minami positioned himself on the floor, preparing to sleep against the wall.
本に書いてあったことは忘れろ。ただ俺の夢に入ることだけ考えればいい。
Forget the book's content, just focus on entering my
お
dream.
前に与えた力なら、それだけで入れるから。
With the powers I've given you, that should be enough to join me. Okay, understood. I glanced at Seiya, nodding to himself and then quietly closing my eyes. I was exhausted and I didn't need Minami's scent to carry me to
お
sleep.
二人ともご武運を。
Good luck to both of you. Hearing Seiya's words of encouragement, I drifted off into the darkness. Bum bum.
眠ったな。それじゃあ、あとは頼んだから。
She's asleep. Alright, Seiya, I'll leave the rest up to you.
お前に頼み事をされる日が来るとは。
Asking me for a favor, that's a first. I can't believe that son of a bitch is giving me shit even now. But he's right. Am I seriously leaving my life in his hands? Something seriously is wrong with
こい
me.
つが絡んでることだからだよ。俺個人で頼み事なんて絶対にしない。
It's because this involves her. I wouldn't ask for your help otherwise.
彼女のことが大切なのはこれまでもお前から感じていましたが、
I've noticed
言
you
動
care
が変
about
わる
her,
ほどとは驚きました。
but to see you change this much is unexpected.
恋愛とはなんと素敵なものなのでしょう。
Isn't love wonderful? Ew, gross. Why does he have to react like that? It's so
せい
off-putting.
やさ、眠ってる間こいつに触れたら殺すから。
Say it. If you dare touch her while she's asleep, I'll kill you.
それではどうやって起こせと？
Then how do you propose I wake her?
それは。
Well,
ま、起こす必要はないでしょうが。
I'll take it as a last resort. This
で
guy.
すが、言っておきましょう。彼女に何かあれば、
Just so you know, if
その
anything
時は
happens to
私
her,
が
I'll make sure
お前
you're
を消
next.
します。
ほんとせいやって気持ち悪い。
You're really something, Seiya. After saying that, I closed my eyes and entered my own dream. What an adventurecation. I roamed the darkness aimlessly. Surprisingly, my awareness was as sharp as when I was awake, which I'm sure had something to do with the power Minami gave me. I wonder if Minami's made it into the dream. Having never been in someone else's dream, I wasn't sure what to expect. If Minami wasn't here, could this have been my own dream instead? Did I really already fell? Just as panic began to set in, the scenery shifted. Suddenly, I was enveloped in Minami's presence. I could feel it tingling on my skin. This was Minami's dream.
おい、こっち。
Hey, over here. Minami's figure emerged in the distance and I hurried towards him. Hey, what happened to the glass wall?
ああ、もう終わっておいた。
I've already taken care of it. That was quick. I had no idea he could break down the barrier so easily. I moved a step closer to him and instantly felt an overwhelming heaviness in the air. What's happening in my body? It feels so heavy.
それが他人の領域に入るってこと。体に負荷がかかって、だんだん前に進めなくなっていく。
This is what it's like to enter someone else's consciousness. It weighs down on you, making it difficult to move.
それに必死で耐えて前に進んだ先に、魂があるんだ。
It's like Demon Slayer. If you can withstand it, keep moving, you'll find the soul. Even entering someone's consciousness doesn't allow you to touch their soul. Guess the soul was pretty deep
あい
down.
つの魂はこの先にある。俺の魂より手前だから、今のお前にも行けるはずだ。
His soul's just beyond this point. It's before we reach my soul, so you should be able to make it. Understood. Let's proceed. As Minami had warned, each step made my feet feel heavier. But it wasn't just my feet. It was as if mud covered my entire body. It was painful and utterly revolting. After a while, a bright light appeared before me. Is that? Minami, who was standing next to me, guided me, nodding. Such intense brightness. It was hard to keep my eyes open, yet within the soul's light there was gray. It wasn't the pure white light I had imagined. Could this be because the darker aspect of Minami are beginning to merge with him? As I moved towards it, Minami tugged at my
ここでいい
hand.
これ以上は近づくな
Stay here. Don't come any closer. Okay, got it. Realizing that getting any closer could put us all in danger, I decided to take my seat here and be like, yo buddy, what's up? I decided to call out to the soul.
来たんだね、ミナミ。それとあなたも。
So you've come, Minami. Leah, you're here too. Hearing my name startled me. How do you know my name?
俺の中にいるんだ俺の思考を読んだんだろ
He resides within me. He knows all my thoughts and
う
emotions.
ん、その通り。僕はミナミのことなら何でもわかるんだ。
Exactly. I know everything about Minami.
だから、あなたたちが僕を追い出そうとしていることも知ってる。
Which is why I know you're here to try and expel me.
君が悪いやつ
What a creep. That should make things easy then. Just leave Minami.
へえ、僕に命令するんだ。
You think you can order me
あなたの
around?
ことだから出て行ってくれませんかって優しくお願いしてくれると思ってた。
Given what I know about you, I expect a polite request, something like, would you mind leaving Minami? Oh please, oh please. I see no reason to be light to someone who is making Minami suffer.
うん、そっか。なら出て行ってあげてもいいよ。僕も成仏できるならしたいし。
Is that so? Well then, I suppose I could leave. If crossing over is an option, I'd prefer that. His unexpected understanding made me glance at Minami, who just shook his head looking disheartened.
あなたは僕に何をしてくれる？
But what will you do for me? Huh?
契約だよ。僕が出ていく代わりに何を差し出してくれるのかなって。
A pact. If I were to leave his body, I figured you'd at least offer me something.
僕としてはもう少し遊びたいし、南の中からあなたの中に移るっていうのはどう？
I, for one, would like to have a bit more fun. How about I leave Minami and enter your soul instead?
すっごく面白そうじゃない？今度は人間の中に入るんだ。あなたになり変わって人生をやり直そうかな。
Sounds entertaining, doesn't it? Entering a human could give me a chance to start over, maybe even live life anew as you. And so it is true, Minami's dark nature is taking over him. The soul reminded me of Minami when I first met him. Perhaps their presences that have equal parts good and bad have influenced each other.
そんな契約絶対にさせないお前は一生俺の中にいるんだよ
No way, I'd rather you just stay in me forever at this point.
それでもいいけど、分かってるだろ？僕はあと少しでお前の魂に近づくって。
Very well, but you do know what that means, yes? I'm very near your soul now. What happens if he gets
や
there?
っぱり俺になり変わろうってわけか
So you're trying to consume me to become me.
だってこのままお前を操縦するのも飽きちゃったんだもん。そろそろ自分として動きたいじゃない？
Merely controlling you is becoming dull. I'm eager to start acting independently. What?
お前は弱い悪魔だよね。本当に。ま、家族を守ってくれたのは感謝してるよ。
You're such a pathetic demon, so weak. But I do appreciate you taking care of my
でも
family.
お前に悪魔に出会い惑わされたおかげで僕の人生は失われた。その報いを受けてもらわないとね。
But then again, you are a demon. You tricked me. You stole my soul from me. Surely, you must suffer the consequences of that. He paid for that consequences. Why are you talking as though you're the victim here? You're being way too selfish.
って僕が？
Selfish? Me?
ああそうだ契約を了承した時点でお前と俺は同等だ人生を奪われたと恨まれる筋合いはない
Once we made a pact, we became equals. You can't hold a grudge for the life you think I took.
だって僕は悪魔に惑わされて契約したんだよ。契約させられたようなものだ。恨んで当然でしょう。
I was tricked into the pact. You coerced me. I have every right to hold a grudge against you.
惑わされた方が悪いじゃんこの俺に正当性を語られても何も響かない
Being deceived was your mistake. It's pointless for you to argue about this with me.
いつになく強気だね。彼女の手前だからかな。
Look at you, Mr. Tough Guy, trying to be a big man because she's around. I knew the two of them would never get along at this rate, and if it came to a fight, Minami would be at a disadvantage. I can't comment on the pact itself, but it's clear you're demanding more than what was initially agreed to. He's already paid you for what he owed you, now leave. And you won't be forming a pact with me
そう
either.
ならいいよ。
Fine.
それなら。
By the way, the spirit moved deeper into the darkness. Wait, Minami's soul is just further in. As I attempted to follow, Minami stopped
もういい
me.
お前は先に目覚めろ
It's okay, you need to wake up now. I can't just leave things like
言う
this.
ことを聞けこれ以上あいつに深入りしても
It's pointless to try and talk to him anymore about this. No, Minami, you need to listen. I stayed here because I wanted to help you get rid of that soul. I'm not gonna give up yet.
そっかそうだよなお前って諦めないやつだった
That's right, I forgot how stubborn you are. I like that he still has his deeper voice in the dream world. Minami then picked me up. Oh, what are you doing?
お前走るの遅いんだもんあいつに追いつくにはこれが一番
You're too slow on foot. This way we'll catch him quickly. Well, alright. Minami bolted forward and we soon caught up with the spirit. But beyond that, spirit was another, not as bright, but gray one shining mysteriously. Ooh, it was unmistakably Minami's soul. Please stop. To my surprise, the soul paused. Relieved, I thought this might still be a chance to settle
契
things
約
with
す
him.
る気になった。
Are you ready to form a pact? That's not
あ、
why I'm
そう
here.
それならもう話はないよね。
Then we have nothing more to discuss. He was adamant. Wait,
もういいここまでだ
it's okay. This is where it ends. Minami offered me a faint smile.
ねえ俺のこと忘れないであと俺が走り出したらすぐに目覚めて
Remember me, alright? And wake up as soon as I start running. How could he? Okay. What do you
夢
mean?
見の力があれば自由に目覚めることができるから
The power of dreaming, you can wake up on your own. As he spoke, he was smiling brightly.
ずーっと大好き
Nia, my love for you is everlasting. Minami dashed forward, heading straight for his own soul. He swung his fist hard and smashed his own soul.
お前何してるんだ死ぬ気なのか
What are you doing? You'll kill us both.
お前に乗っ取られるくらいなら死んだ方がマシじゃん
If it means stopping you from taking over, I'd rather die. Struggling to his feet, he aimed another blow at his soul. At this rate, Minami would die. I sprinted into action, knowing exactly where I was going. I approached the gray spirit and seized him.
おい何やってんだよ
What are you doing? Ignoring him, I tightened my grip, intent on crushing the spirit. As I began to disintegrate like sand, my heart felt incredibly feeble.
やめろってすぐに離せ
I said, stop, let go of it now. By the time Minami pulled my arms, it seemed too late. It's too late. It's fused with me now. My only choice is to continue crushing it until it vanishes.
どうしてだよなんで
Why would you do this? I don't really know. Isn't it obvious? You would have done the same for me. You could have died. It's fine, it's not that painful. At the Malai, gnawing hunger faded. I felt an odd sense of relief. It's strange, I feel better, as if I've returned to the mortal realm. With my hand still clasped, Minami placed his hand
あ
over
りが
mine.
とうって言っていいの
Can I at least say thank you? No need. No thanks needed. I did this for me. I didn't want to lose you. Now we'll always be together, even in hell. Will we? Mom, sis, I'm sorry. I fell in love with a demon. Sorry, Sayaka. I fell in love with a demon. Sorry, Sayaka's dog. I can't go back to the mortal realm.
お前もやっぱり狂ってるよだから大好き
You're insane, but that's why I love you. Shucks. And I love you too. He tightened his grip as the last fragment of my soul disintegrated. You're mine. Waking up, we found Seiya aiming a gun at Minami. Minami, unperturbed, made no move to resist, but I leapt into action. I explained what I had done this, and that Minami had tried to stop me. Sensing it was true, Seiya let out a big sigh.
理解に苦しみます。と言いたいところですが、深すぎる愛情は嫌いではありませんから。
Your actions baffle me. However, as much as I'd like to criticize, I cannot fault the power of love. Seiya, who has always had a soft spot when it comes to love, eventually understood. And so Minami and I...
今日からここが俺たちの我が家。
Welcome to our... Uh-oh. Stream is buffering. Oh no. Don't buffer. Don't do that. We okay? It's going back up. It's going back up. It's going back down. It's going back up. It's going back down. Oh no, that's not a good sign. It's going both ways. Am I okay now? It seems okay. Oh no. I'm gonna just have to see if there's like something running that's not supposed to be. We good? Okay. Welcome to your new home. It's just a day. It's just a day where nothing goes right. Just being outside of the HO makes me feel so much better. We had returned to Minami's place. What was more surprising on our way back was how no one paid attention to me without the robe. I guess it's because I'd died. They could tell by my eyes, so no one gave me a second glance. Minami, holding my earthly remains, laid them softly on his bed. He looked down with a sorrowful look and silently touched its cheek. Seeing him do that broke my heart. If Minami had died back at Karasaragi Station, I'm sure I would have looked the same. I'm sorry for choosing death without consulting
お
you.
前の気持ちはわかるから。
Scuff. Yeah, it's been scuffed all day. It's scuffed this morning. It's scuffed now. I know why you did it. Minami left the bed and walked towards me. Then he took my
ごめ
hand.
んね。それと、
I'm sorry,
ありが
Leah.
と
And thank you.
う。お前のおかげで、ようやく自分を取り戻せた感覚だよ。
Thanks to you, I feel like I've regained my true self. Minami's tone was cheerful, yet something felt off. Why does it seem like nothing really changed?
そうみたい。多分あいつが消えても、奪われたものと染みついた良心は消えないのかも。
I know, right? I guess when he disappeared, the evil left me, and the good he gave me stuck around.
もう俺の一部になっちゃってるみたい。消えた時に奪われたものも帰ってこなかったし。
It's just become a part of me. What was lost didn't return with his departure. That sounds tough.
まさか、その
Not at
逆。
all.
ようやく静かになってすっきりした。
On the contrary, it's a relief. I feel peaceful, liberated even. That explained his brilliant smile. That's good to hear.
ねえ、これからずっと毎日一緒だから、お前に手を出すやつがいたら今度は本当に殺せるし。
From now on, we'll be inseparable, and if anyone dares harm you, I won't hesitate to kill him. Please don't joke about that. Perhaps his mischievous side had indeed grown.
ああ、今度はお前が俺の両親になりそ
Oh, it looks like you're playing the role of my conscience now. He looked disgusted, and I laughed.
う。とりあえず何からする？キス、ギュッて抱きしめ合う？それとも、今度こそ。
How do we begin? A kiss? A hug? Another ritual? The implications was clear. You sure know how to push my buttons, Minami.
当たり前だろ？お前に触れたくない瞬間なんて一度もない。むしろ常に触れていたいんだから。
I can't help it. I want to be close to you all the time. That's just how I
これか
feel.
らずっと飽きるくらい触れ合っていようね。そうじゃないと 俺気が狂いそうになるから。
We have to stay close together to the point of it feeling routine, otherwise I might really lose my mind. Although I was a bit taken aback by his unique sense of love, I wouldn't deny him. I loved him far too much.
それじゃあ手始めにデートに行こう。
We're gonna go on a date. How about a date, Leah? Yeah, let's start there. Nice. Oh gosh, don't hit home by mistake. I do that a lot.
忘らぬ
We. Some time had passed since then. As a spirit, I couldn't physically move, so I asked Minami to transport my body back to my family in the mortal realm. Facing my family seemed daunting, and the fear of seeing their reaction kept me from joining him. Despite my newfound strength, I discovered there were still things I wasn't ready to face. So then,
お待ちど特大パフェね
thanks for waiting. Here's your grand parfait. Wow, that looks amazing. Aren't you eating, Minami? Despite the sparkle in Minami's eyes, he hadn't dug into his parfait. Yeah. Usually he'd be the first to dive for the cream on top.
今日はお前に食べさせてもらう。
No spoon for me today. I'd like you to feed me. Oh my god. Very well, I'll just have to eat all this whipped cream
ちょっと
myself.
それ俺のなんだけど。
That's mine. The cream isn't owned by anyone. First come, first serve, so it's mine. Here we go. Taking a spoonful of cream, I felt a burst of joy. Delicious.
じゃあ俺ももらおった。
I'd like some too then. Are we gonna feed him? Are we? Oh gosh. Oh, look at her outfit. Wait, she's got his earwing. Okay, that's cute. Hey!
超美味しいね。
This is a good one, isn't it? Eat it yourself. Don't just lick it off of me.
だからお前のこと舐めたじゃん。てかパフェよりこっちの方がいいかも。
I'll lick it off of you because I might just prefer that over the parfait. Minami's boldness never ceased to amaze me or make my heart flutter.
ねえ、食べ終わったらすぐ帰ろう。早くお前とゴロゴロしたい。
Let's head home after we're done. I can't wait to cuddle with you. Seriously, could you not say that so loudly
なん
in
で
public?
行った方がいいじゃん。その方が悪い虫つかなそうだし。
Why not? It's better to be open. Plus, it keeps others away from you. There's no need for that. I've made it clear how much I love
そ
you.
れは当たり前に知ってるけど、お前こないだ知らない男に話しかけられてたよね。
I know, but remember that guy that talked to you the other day? Disgusting. He was just asking for direction.
それも無理だから。ねえ、俺が嫉妬深いの分かってるよね。お前、俺に殺させたいわけ？
No way, even that's over the line. You know how jealous I get? You really want to make me a murderer? Lately, my biggest worry was Minami's increasing jealousy. Whenever something about me upsets him, things escalate quickly. It was overwhelming, so I avoided being alone and tried to stay as close to him as possible. Yet, I didn't stay silent or let him have his way uncontested. If you do that, I'll hate you. This phrase worked wonders on him. I did worry about when he'd realize it'd be impossible for me to hate him
さ
though.
っさとパフェ食ったら帰るぞ。早くくっつきたいから。
Finish the parfait so we can head home. I want to be close to you. You're already plenty close to me.
こんなのでくっついてるって言わないし。てか、お前のことで満たされるなんて永遠にないんだから。
This isn't nearly close enough. I doubt I'll ever get my fill of you. Not in a
い
lifetime.
くら触れ合っても足りない。お前に対する欲が止まらなくて気が狂いそうで楽しいよ。
My desire for you is endless. It drives me crazy, but it's a kind of crazy that I love. I don't know if I'll ever understand you, Minami. Minami kept smiling even as I looked away. He continued to gaze at me. Yet this had become our everyday life, and it was very fulfilling. I'd continue this strange journey with him. He has a bit... No, crazy wasn't the right word, but I'd spent every day with him. Okay. Wait, this said heavenly. See, last time was godly. Heavenly, more valuable than life. Interesting. I can't spell.
俺のために死んだことを 絶対に後悔させないから。したいことは全部させるし、嫌なことは絶対にしない。お前のわがままなら何としてでも聞いてあげる。愛してるよ。永遠に。
Okay, I'll never make you regret dying for me. I'll let you do everything you want to do. I won't ever do anything you don't want me to. I will think of a million ways to spoil you. I love you forever. That's so much better than Seiya's end phrase. So far, Minami and Seiya are tied for second in my list. Koyo is a very top player. Seiya's just so funny. Listen, I don't know if I liked it. I'm not sure I'm a fan. Like, I thought he was gonna be just adorable. And then it wasn't really what I was expecting. Hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. I got this. I got this. Oh, I thought I picked chapter 9, did I not? Or maybe that's how chapter 9 starts? I didn't know there was an opening. I don't say it was amusing. I'll give him that. But like, I don't know. Oddly enough, they're both clingy, but I prefer Minami's clinginess over Seiya's. Seiya's was, I don't know. It honestly, it wasn't that different, was it? But yet it felt different. Because he heard me out, yo. Seiya listened to me. That's why I said I was on his side. It wasn't like you don't do the same.
わかったよ。さっき聖夜に話していた内容聞かせろ。
I want you to talk about what you two talked about. Oh, thank you.
次に他の男の味方についたら、そいつもろともお前も殺す。
One thing, the next time you take that guy's side, I'll kill both you and him. His intensity is something else. But knowing Minami, it wasn't surprising. I really did fall for someone intense. Classic. Classic. He's just intense. He's not crazy. He's intense. But Koyo's probably my favorite. I still like Minami a lot. Leave it to him. I took a deep breath and his sweet scent began to consume me. At the same time, I began feeling sleepy. Good night, Minami. Before I could hear Minami say goodnight back, I slipped into a dream. Just as Minami promised, I dreamt of being surrounded by my family, a day that was nothing but pure joy. My mom accepted my career choice, my sister was thrilled for me. The three of us sat on the sofa watching TV and laughing together. Such a wonderful day. When I woke up, everything was exactly the same as before I went to sleep. Truly, it was as if nothing had happened.
おはよう。よく眠れた？夢の内容はどうだった？
Good morning, did you sleep well? Tell me about your dream. Good morning, I had a really nice dream. Thank you, Minami.
お前のことずーっと見てきたんだから。何を幸せと感じるかは熟知してるし当
I've
然でしょ。
watched you for some time. I know exactly what makes you happy. I'm glad you had such a nice dream. Right. About the
終わ
ritual.
ったよ。ちゃんとね。お前の中に夢見の力を授けてきた。
It's complete officially. I've bestowed you with the power of streaming. Still, I didn't feel any different. Well, there we go. That's what happens if you don't tell him to let you be part of it. Okay, we're there. We're talking to this spirit orb. Oh! Okay. 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 Different. Different here. Okay, I'll form a pact. Minami stopped dead in his tracks.
何言ってんだよ。
What are you saying?
嬉しいな。
How wonderful. At that moment, the soul drifted towards me. Simultaneously, Minami rushed over and positioned himself between me and the
そんな
soul.
契約絶対にさせない。
You won't make any pact. This was the end. One false step, and everything was over. Minami, this doesn't concern you. I'm the one making the pact with the soul, okay?
そんなの黙っていられるかよ。
You really expect me to stand by silently? It's gonna be okay, trust me. Damn. With Minami momentarily at bay, I faced the soul directly. I was doubtful that I could truly intimidate him with my words alone, but I thought of Seiya and tried to think of how he could handle the situation.
僕が彼女と同化するのがそんなに悔しいの？
So you're infuriated by the prospect of me fusing with her. Fuse? You misunderstand. My intent is to trap you within me.
それこそ何を言ってるの？僕があなたなんかに取り込まれるわけない。
And what makes you think I'd allow you to dominate me? With that, I burst into an exaggerated laughter. Clearly, you don't understand why Minami chose me. Seeing the soul silenced, I glanced over at Minami. Signaling him to share with what he knew, Minami let out a gasp.
こいつの魂はお前と全く同じ性質だ。美しく
You should
恐
know.
ろしいほ
To
ど
be
純
clear, he
粋
should
で
know.
俺なんかが取り込める代物じゃない。
Her soul's like yours, beautiful and pure. I couldn't absorb it.
そんなこと説明されずとも分かっている。お前のことは何でも分かると。
No need to
そう言
spell
っ
it
たら
out. I'm aware. Didn't I tell you I know everything about you?
そうだね。俺のことはね。でもお前自身はどうなの？
Indeed, you did. That's about me, but what about yourself? What do you mean?
俺を気にしすぎて分かってないみたいだね。ものすごく濁ってしまってるってさ。
You've been so fixated on me, you failed to see your own state. Your soul has been tarnished. With Minami regaining his composure, I smiled. If you try to merge with me now, my soul will recognize you and destroy you. I could end you without a second thought if I chose to. Minami's tense. Wait. Why would I tell him that before he formed the pact? If I could literally kill the guy, why would I tell him? Minami tensed, but I reassured him with a look. I tried to tell him I wouldn't do it. It's out of kindness that I'm giving you a choice. Merge with Minami and become him. Form a pact with me and vanish, or leave. You wanted your family's happiness once, right? So wouldn't you like to cross over and be with them?
家族
My family. Once you're gone, I'll return to my family too. They're waiting for me. Minami's expression briefly showed sadness, but then he quickly smiled. Although I hated the thought of leaving him, I had a family back home waiting for me. I had a life to live. I had to go back. I gots to.
出ていくよ。僕も家族のもとへ行かなきゃ。
You're right. I'll leave. My family is waiting for
気
me.
づかせてくれてありがとう。僕にもまだ両親は残っていたみたい。
That was too easy. Are you for real? Are you surreal? Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I suppose there was still good left in me. With those words, the soul shone brightly. And as the light faded, so did he. Then I awoke. Right? I'm awake now. When I woke up, I see Seiya's face.
ずいぶんな反応ですね。出会った頃を思い出します。
What a rude way to greet me. Reminds me of when we first met. Your smile was beautiful, though. Sorry, you were just so close I couldn't help it. Where's Minami?
せいや、近すぎ。殺されたいの？
Back off, Seiya. You got a death wish? Minami seemed to be back to his usual self, but I merely smiled.
お二人とも協力者にずいぶんな物言いですね。
Really, both of you. Quite rude to someone who's trying to help. Sorry, you're right, but you played a huge role in our success, Seiya.
あれってやっぱりせいやの真似してたんだ。ヘドが出そうなほど気持ち悪かった。
You're imitating him, right? It was so cringeworthy, we almost gagged.
褒められている気がしませんね。
That hardly sounds like a compliment. It was, but suddenly my body shook and I collapsed. My body felt totally weak.
危ない。ここに来て怪我なんてさせないから。
Oh no, there's no way I'm letting you get hurt now. Minami propped me up, helping me to stand. Thank you.
急いで駅に向かいなさい。教授を払えたのなら電車は来ているでしょうから。
I've gotta get you to the station. If you truly are free of your burden, the train should be there waiting.
俺が抱いて連れて行く。
I'll carry her. Minami quickly scooped me up and into his arms. With sad eyes, he looked at me and nodded. This was the end. Seiya, thank you for everything. I won't forget you. Thank you truly.
言ってあったはずです。あなたを返すことは私のためなのだと。
Didn't I tell you already? Helping you return was something I did for myself. I laugh.
もうここへ来てはいけませんよ。死後もです。
Promise me I won't see you here again, not even after death. I promise. Goodbye, Seiya.
さようなら。あなたの人生、幸多からんこと。
Goodbye. May your life be full of happiness. Minami waited for us to finish talking, then we left the room and like ninja ran to the station. Just as expected, the train was there at the platform waiting for me. Minami carried me aboard, found a spot, and sat me down gently.
俺が乗ってると発車しないから、もう行くね。
The train won't leave as long as I'm here, so I'll see myself out. What? Wait! He tried to leave without saying goodbye, and I hurried to stop him. I struggled to find the right words. Thank you. Take care. All that came to mind sounded cliche and far too small for the moment. Not knowing what to say, I began to
浮
panic.
気したら殺すから。
I'll kill you if you cheat on me. Nice. Huh? It's a flashback. It's like the first time we met him, but like not the first time we met him. I looked up at Minami and he gazed back with intensity of our first meeting. Something about him was different, yet his expression revealed the real
他
Minami.
の男になびいたらお前を殺すし、お前が他の男に誘われたらそいつを殺すし。
If you're charmed by another, I'll haunt you. If someone dares approach you, they'll
だ
regret
から
it.
ちゃんと俺一筋でいてね。
Stay true to me,
わかった？
understood? His devilish smirk and those menacing words were why I fell for him. Gosh. Wow, I feel a little called out. I love you, Minami. You're always in my thoughts. Finally, I found my voice. And don't you dare forget, okay? Forget me, okay? From our first encounter to now. Tears blurred my sight, but I needed to see him, so I didn't care if the tears streamed down my
俺の
face.
ために泣いてるお前は気持ちが悪くて大好きだよ。
You sure are an ugly crier, but if those tears are for me, I love it, yeah. My face just instantly puffs up when I cry.
っていうか、忘れることなんてないし、お前に会いに行くし。
Forget you? Impossible. Plus, I plan on visiting you now. What?
夢で待ってるよ。
Wait for me in your dreams, Leah.
それと、ありがとう。
And thank you. Without saying goodbye, he left the train. Oh, my brain thought he said without saying thank you. As soon as Minami exited, the doors closed and the train departed. Minami, you promised you'd visit. I'll wait for you in my dreams. I shouted to him on the platform, but Minami never looked back. Soon he disappeared from view. He seemed to be shivering, and I knew that he was crying. The demon who wept for me. The demon. After my return, Nadamigahama was thrown into total chaos. Missing girl found! The news covered it and the press swarmed our house for interviews. I declined all requests and politely asked for privacy. It apparently had been gone for 9 days, surprisingly, as it felt much, much longer. My mother, sister, and Sayaka all wept and welcomed me back. They bombarded me with questions. Saying I was in hell would only worry them, so I feigned amnesia, though I suspect Sayaka would have believed me. Once the chaos settled, life slowly returned to normal. After returning home, I talked about my future career path with my mom, as for what I should do, I still didn't know for sure, but I wasn't in any rush to figure things out. As for Minami, I'd go to bed hoping to meet him in my dreams, but he hadn't approached just yet. Then one day after school...
ねえ、明日映画行かない？エクソシストと悪魔が戦うホラー映画が公開中でさ。
When I catch a movie tomorrow, there's a new one where an exorcist has a fight with a demon. I'd rather not see that kind of thing on the big screen.
だからこそ迫力満点なんじゃない？
Come on, it'll be epic. I'll think about it. By the way, don't you have cram school today?
うわ、やばい。それじゃ、また明日ね。
I forgot. I'll see you tomorrow. Sure, see ya. Bye. I sighed, changed into my outdoor shoes, and headed out. The movie would be way too much right now. Why hasn't he visited my dreams? Since that soul left, did his demonic nature grow stronger? Did he become a true demon? Did he forget me?
ねえねえ、裏門のところにイケメンいるってほのかからメール来たんだけど。
Hey, Honoka texted me. There's a super cute guy at the back
マ
gate.
ジ？それはもう見に行くしか。どんなイケメンなの？
Oh, they said he had a human form, right? Oh, did we get a new outfit? Hang on, wait. We have to see for ourselves. How hot were you
ビジュア
talking?
ル系みたいな感じって。変な格好してる
Is he
か。
dressed the same? Honoko said he's kind of emo punk look to him. Said he's weirdly dressed.
ああ、興味ないかも。私はセナみたいなキラキラ王子様系がいいんだよね。
Not really my type. I'm more into guys like Cena. I want a prince. Isn't Cena the idol that recently passed away? My thoughts drifted as I heard the girls chat and left the school. Maybe I'll treat myself to a parfait at the cafe before
な
heading
んだ
home.
結構平気そうにしてんじゃん。
Ah, looks like you're doing well. Oh, that voice. That voice. Yeah, he's wearing his same clothes. Wait, he does have his horns though. Minami! I couldn't believe my eyes. What? How? What are you doing here?
お前のために頑張っちゃった。
I went through a lot to get
ねえ、目が真っ赤じゃないんだけど。
here. Oh, what's the deal? Your eyes aren't red. Huh?
だって俺のために毎日泣いて暮らしてるって思ってたから。
Yeah, I figured you'd be crying for me every day. I cried a lot already. I think I'm all cried
枯
out.
れるの早すぎじゃない？一生死ぬまで泣くもんでしょ。
That quick? You should be crying forever. Well, that seems like a bit much. Oh my gosh. I enjoy that he just doesn't have his horns for some reason. That's the only difference. I thought he'd have like a cute street look. I want to have a different look. But never mind that. Why are you here? Like, imagine him in like a black sweater.
それ聞かない方がいいと思う。
Maybe you shouldn't ask. Huh?
あの後さ、俺も大変だったわけ。あいつの魂なくなった反動で姿が崩れていっ
It
ち
was
ゃ
tough
っ
for
て。
me too. When that soul left, I almost fell
でも
apart.
お前に会いたい一心でこの姿になれるよう悪魔として頑張ったってわけ。
But I missed you so much. I worked extra hard as a demon to take this form. Maybe I don't want the details after all. Thanks for that. Maybe it's best to just thank
う
him.
ん、感謝して。たくさん。これから毎日お前に会いに来るから。その度にねぎらって。
You better be grateful. A lot. I'll visit you every day, so get ready to make up to me daily. Daily? You mean you can
当
stay?
たり前じゃん。そのために頑張ってたんだから。
Yes, I work hard
今
for
日から
this.
ずーっと一緒。永遠に。
We'll be
お
together
前が
now.
死んでからもね。
Forever, even past death. Could you not say things like that?
俺のことまだ好きだよね。
Why? You still love me, right? Oh, wait. No, he still has a circle in his eye. Okay, I was just wondering if he lost like that ring in his eye.
浮気して
Well,
ないよね。他のやつに唾つけられてない？俺だけのものでいたんだよね。
I'm surprised how lovely his route has been, right? He's the slice of life route we wanted? Wait, you haven't cheated, have you? Nobody's caught your eye. You're still mine? Don't you trust me?
そんなの信じてるに決まってんじゃん。でも好きだから不安になるだろう。それっ
Of
て
course
い
I
けない？
trust you. It's just liking you makes me anxious. Is that so wrong? No, nothing changed. I've been waiting for you all this time.
そうだよね。そうだよね。お前はそういう子だって信じてた。
Knew it. I knew you'd wait. And why did you bother asking? I wanted to say that, but I held back. After all, we'd finally been reunited, and I wanted to greet him with this. Oh, Minami, I still love you. I love you more than ever.
俺も好きだよ。あの時
Got
より
so
も
close
大好
suddenly.
き。もう離れないから。
Same
永
here.
遠に
I love you even more too, and now I'll always be by your side forever. His forever was intimidating because it felt literal, but that was typical Minami. My teeth ache. Sickeningly cute. Ah, man. It is adorable. Ah, the man I loved. What an interesting below the sun godly end. Is it because they're in the real world?
お前のために会いに来てあげたんだから、ずーっとそばにいること。 絶対に離れないでっていうか離さないし、お前の進路は俺と一緒にいることで決定ね。進路のプリントには南くんだけでいい
Oh
よ。
gosh.
ずーっと面倒見てあげる。
I came.
大好きだ
Stop
よ。
talking. I came all the way to see you, so you better stay by my side. Don't ever leave. Rather, I won't let you go. Your future career plan is to be with me. Got it? So on that survey, just write Minami. I'll take care of you forever. Love you. That's arrogantly cute. And is it gonna say I've done something special? No, I just gotta do it. Okay. Hopefully that means I can do the question mark route now. I assume it's what you get if maybe through the common route you don't like choose anything that these two like. We'll figure that out later though. Let's make sure we got all his pictures. I didn't think I'd like Minami's route that much. You know, I've been disappointed in a few games recently that we've played where I'm like, oh, this is the one I'm most looking forward to, where it turned into not the one. Minami managed to keep it. He kept me the whole time. I was really worried. I was so worried. He kept it. He kept me there. Oh my goodness. That was hilarious. This was a great time. This is a great... He had 3 endings when you think about it. This ending, and this ending. And this ending was sad. Like, his was great. I liked that. That was a good time. Well, I was going to try and get to Toka's route today, but it looks like we're going to have to do that later. We'll see. We'll see when. Trying to think. Maybe tomorrow morning. I don't know how long it is. I'll probably update on Discord tonight. If I can do it tomorrow. That last Nobu Hiko chat characters you've played were a letdown compared to Minami. The thing is, like, Birche has been killing me. Because, like, I wanted to love it, and I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. And then we got the variable barricade by the skin of our teeth. Like, I was dying the whole time. But Minami's was really good. I liked, so far I don't really think there was a route I hated. Like, Sina's I didn't like. Koyo's I loved. Hibiki's was very sweet. Kuraha was good. Minami's I loved it. Seiya, I like it. It just wasn't my favorite. Yukamoto was really good. Koharu, really, really good. Other question mark, we're gonna get there. He gets 2 CGs. That was my stomach. Oh my god, could you hear that? Apparently I need to eat something. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna... I assume that's just if you get all the wrong answers, right? We're gonna try it that way the first time just to see. I assume, I'm making assumptions here. If we get all the answers that these two don't like, where we have 0 affection meter going, maybe we get to his. We'll fast forward through it and find out. Otherwise... Well, hey, we did it. Let's see if there's anybody to raid before I say bye, because I gotta go to my comic book day. Sile's on! As a warning, he's a +18 streamer, but he's fun. Alright, we'll raid him. Alright guys, if you're watching this on YouTube and it seems a bit spotchy, I'm very sorry. I had to combine 2 streams and both streams had a bunch of issues, but I appreciate you guys being here. I'm gonna be planning a YouTube stream too at some point, maybe next month, and I might do it once a month just to make it more interesting now that we are friends on YouTube and we have subscriptions on there. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Blue, for being here for so long. Also, thank you, Poppy and Ninja and Yoon for being here earlier today before my stream crashed. If you're watching this on YouTube, I stream about 3 times a week on Twitch And always, if you're here on Twitch and you want to remember the super fun we had, you can check out the VODs on YouTube, upload everything onto there. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Bye!